Welcome to Let's Lose Brain Cells Together, huh? Alright, what do we got going on? This should be a good one.
Stuff gives you professional
Lose some brain cells with.
Start earning.
Little crime show.
Discipline. Prove your strategy. Trade with up to.
In desolate leftist America, rabid Karens roam wild. I've been tracking the species for many months, and I can confirm
I've been tracking these species for many months.
It's truly paradoxical because this species is hostile but also harmless, because it lacks strength and intelligence. Let's investigate further.
Yeah.
And what the you gonna do about it? Trust me.
I'm going to post it on the internet so the world can laugh at it.
Yeah, that's what you say every time. You ain't got
Early morning brain cell loss, huh?
That's what the you are. I hope you know that.
What?
You know, violence to the friend right here. This mother.
The violence and the oppression!
This is the rare male Karen species, equally as pathetic as its Karen counterpart.
Oh, yeah.
Come on,
Okay.
you guys, come outside.
Sorry, the computer's down right now, otherwise we'd be doing it in a more better format.
I hope you know that. Yeah, pull out your phone. I don't give a record. Record all you want. Record this. Record this.
And Facebook won't let me live stream today for some
Get
reason.
this on your phone.
I went to the store and left the thing streaming, and I don't know, an ad or something came up, and it fucking copyright struck me or something.
Is this for the file you guys are keeping of me? Is that what it is? Yeah?
Sure.
You got it?
Oh, that's right. He's oh, that's right.
Good. Good. And I hope this is what else you got in there, right? You're a Nazi. Your family is ashamed of you. No one likes you. No one, not even the music you listen to in your car.
Some of the shit that comes out of some of these people's mouths fucking really trips me out, bro.
76,000 of us that like him.
Everyone hates you.
You're okay with me?
Who likes you, Proud Boys? Look, not even white people like you.
Not even white people. Not even white people like you. What the fuck?
It's the Nazi white people.
It's the Nazi white people. Not everybody's a fucking Nazi, bro.
These are our streets. These aren't your.
I'm sorry, we
Nobody likes you.
literally voted and elected a president to get rid of the illegals.
Nobody likes you. This whole city, I live in this whole city.
I like how these people, they can't fucking differentiate between illegal and legal immigrants. The distinction 100% matters. I don't get it. It's some fucked up
You're
shit.
taking orders from a. Don't you know that? No, that's what I know. That's what everybody knows. Everybody knows that.
Dude, you guys, all you guys out there protesting are less than 20% of the nation that feels the same way as you do. You got to remember that. I like how he goes, we're the 99%. No, you're not. No, you're not. Not even close. Not even 20%.
Is the real criminal. I don't give a. I'm not gonna catch a cold. Have I got sick this whole year? No.
He's like, fuck you. That shit was funny, dude. Come on. Yeah, you just gotta laugh at it. You might want to get fired and catch a cold.
Then just watch what's in store for you and your family. Watch.
Sounds like a threat. Take him in for questioning.
Watch.
They should tow his car.
Because you're not welcome here.
No, he's 100% welcome.
You're up. And I'm gonna tell you straight to your face. You're a.
And I hope they get up to Reno's here soon.
Bye.
This is just so fucking entertaining, dude. Yeah, don't stop protesting because you guys are giving us such great fucking content. Alright, oh, this is where the old man jumps on him. He straight throws his ass to the ground. I love it.
Leave alone. Leave alone.
Imagine being 30 years old and thinking you can shout at officers and they'll actually listen.
Right.
Leave alone.
Leave him alone.
Leave alone.
No. Deport. Thank you. And I'll do it short a little bit later. I need you guys to, what you got? Watch my show. I'll do like some guitar stuff or something so I can get 50 likes or whatever. Or 50 views, whatever it is, so I can live stream. I'll just start live streaming on YouTube.
They're trying to.
Hey.
Where
Must really suck to be like this angry all the fucking time.
Lines mean nothing to these people.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make this video like 5-6 hours like my live streams usually are on Facebook. But since they won't let me what's it called, I'll record it here, upload it to YouTube, and then I'll share it on Facebook. Okay, so?
You two stay back there.
You don't stay back there.
Paul, I'm not scared from you.
Damn.
You got
Anger, such anger, bro. Let me get this, see if we can get the TV all the way on there.
You're not scared of me.
You're not scared of me? Yeah, no, I don't think they're scared of you. There, bitch. Just
Just
back.
until it shows up.
Close. I guess my zoom's kind of close. I guess he's this is my area.
Yeah, but that fish right there, he's not respecting. That's right there.
That's pretty much most of it.
You see me, I was here.
Yes, I was here.
Sir, I was here earlier. I was right here, but he's attacking me. Come on.
You're scaring my neighbors, the one guy says, well.
If you guys want
If
respect,
you're not here illegally, you shouldn't be scared.
Okay, he got respect. Okay. Yeah, but he cannot scream at me like that. He should respect. If he wants respect.
He's a fucking
Respect
officer.
is earned, and you
Federal
can
officer,
burn
dude. They can do whatever the fuck they
except
want.
Pepper spray and pavement to the face.
Some of these people, dude, like, not really like violence, but, sometimes, man, I feel I need to go out there with a baseball bat and start knocking sense into people's
Yeah,
heads.
that's crazy too.
Like, Jesus Christ, bro.
Yeah, you're trying to break that
Grow
window.
up, dude. They, and all these protesters out there, just a bunch of mentally ill adult children. You know that. We know that. You know that. Everybody knows that. Except for maybe them. I mean, but, whatever.
What's embarrassing is not having a job and living at home with your mother,
True.
which I'm sure you can relate to.
Well, in most parts of the world, your family unit stays together. That's.
I'm behind the line. I'm not doing anything. I'm just.
I'm not doing anything except for screaming racial slurs and
Torta!
being an asshole, basically.
Torta!
Oh, these people crack me up, bro.
People
crack me up. Oh, alright. What am I looking for? Oh, yeah, I'm gonna turn it on.
I know you got that.
I take about 45 minutes or so to warm up.
Torta! Mira la pinche torta! It's cute!
Oh, wow. Oh, my God. You're killing me over here. You're fucking killing me.
What? Why?
What is that fucking terrorist?
Another intolerable Karen who can't follow orders.
You guys can't be here. This is only
Sure.
for. Do you not read the sign? There's signs back there.
Okay. Are you
It's
the
only
owner of this
for
establishment?
owners or employees right here.
Are you the owner of this establishment?
Yeah, the only person, even the employees can't tell you that sort of shit. Only the owner
So
can.
you guys employ illegal aliens and you lock the front door so they can't have a way out? Is that what
He
you're
doesn't
telling
have to
me?
answer. I have to answer your
I
question.
don't have to answer you. I'm a federal officer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh?
Have a
There-
good day.
Oh,
Thank you for your support.
it's like, come on, man. Federal officers actually have more power than your local PD and all that shit. And they'll even tell you that. So it's so fucking dumb, dude.
This
Like, we
illegal
seriously need to bring back that need to pass government class to our high schools and shit, dude. Just so it would like a lot of these people would even be out there protesting just because they would know what the federal law is and the supremacy clause and what that means and all that shit. But it is what it is, right?
I don't think I need to
Jeez.
censor this one because it's hardly coherent.
I think it's screaming pig, but Maybe? I don't know. Or the same bitch. I don't know. I can't tell. Well, I'm sorry. You got in my face like that, you know. First off, I'd break your fucking nose to get in my face like that.
Anyone else who we can thank for the state of affairs we live in.
If you surround me, yeah, I would 100% throw tear gas at you. Pepper spray. Oh, shit. Man down, man down. Ugly security guards beat protesters in Washington. That's interesting. Oh, shit. Dude, that was gnarly. That was hella gnarly. Yeah. Ilhan Neves, what is he from? He's a diplomat from Saudi Arabia or something like that? I know, I can't remember.
Is nourishing it with the right products and letting your texture shine. I used to think my hair was straight for the long.
That was pretty badass, dude. Man, them security guards weren't fucking around, bro. They were not fucking around. They were straight beating some ass. I'm down with it. I'm down with it. Should we pop on Decoy's thing? Let's do a quick Crowder one, huh? Why not? Alright, okay, what else we got? We got more shit in New York. I watched that video the other day. It was actually pretty good. Baby goat discovers trampoline. Yeah, I'll watch some funny stuff. Let's check out Angela. Let's see what Angela's doing, huh? I love Angela Rose. She's one of my favorite content creators on YouTube. So.
Hey guys, it's Angela, and in this video we're going to be going inside and eating at The Kitchen, which is a restaurant that was co-founded in 2004.
So if you've never seen one of my live streams on Facebook, basically what I do here is political commentary, watching crazy videos, just reaction type shit, and I rip a little bit on the guitar.
Epstein files. So recently he posted on X. By the way, we are in Boulder, Colorado, where their first location is at, and we're going to see.
Yeah, we'll watch this real quick, just to get into a little bit of Epstein, controversial Epstein shit.
So anyway,
then we'll
this
pop over and see what's going down in Mexico. Because I hear Puerto Vallarta is very beautiful at this time of year.
I met her through a friend. Epstein did not introduce us. My only meeting with that demon was in his New York office.
The great thing is, this is one thing I gotta say about the Epstein list. Give me the short list. Who isn't on the Epstein files? Give me the short list.
I sent out to thousands of people every few weeks. My heart goes out to the many victims of Jeffrey Epstein, as it does for those who have suffered sexual assault and harassment. Kimball. So anyways, I just want to see how the restaurant is, and I will be rating it for food, the service, and the overall experience out of 10 to see what they score out of 30. Let's do this. Speaking about the files, this just in, a former British ambassador to U.S.
Yeah, I said this a long time ago. If you've been paying attention to my live streams and shit like that on Facebook, they're really just what I post on Facebook, because I post a lot. I can post like at least 100 times a day.
Andrew, who was also arrested
well, maybe not that many,
but
at least 50.
And since then, he has been
but I have hit the 100 mark a couple of times.
Under investigation. So he was taken in for several hours, and
yeah, once all this shit's released, dude, nobody's gonna go to jail in our country. Anybody that could be prosecuted has been already, and most of the information in there has been discredited by the FBI and fucking and the grand jury. So it's like, it's funny how the left will take something that's been discredited and then fucking try and push it like it's truth.
Quite the opposite of what allegedly happened with the
you can just tell it's desperation at this point.
But Jeffrey told her no. Now, Whoopi Goldberg on her show has been freaking out, saying she has absolutely no ties to him. Bill Clinton for sure cannot say that. He is all over it. You guys may remember about Bill Gates.
We knew that back then too. Like if you're in your 20s and shit like that, during the 90s, like I was, you would already know that shit.
Being around some Russian
he was up to some weird shit. I'll put it to you that way. Pretty sure Hillary was running the country at that point in time already.
Former president
Because what was Bill doing? He was just showing up at random events, fucking playing the saxophone and fucking banging his aides and shit like that, you know.
Until arrest actually happened, we just gotta keep living our lives. So let's see if the kitchen
looks like a pretty good
can
piece of meat.
cook the perfect medium rare steak.
I think it's funny that the kitchen is the name of it because it's just.
Oh, I know of this place.
I've just been craving a
I actually
steak
know of this
for
place.
weeks, so let's go get some protein.
Right.
I mean, seriously, this sign is super, super simplistic.
Yeah, definitely. And it'll piss off the vegan protesters as well. So.
Really nice.
Yeah, definitely.
And I got the Kansas City strip steak, which is $89.50, and it doesn't come with fries or anything, so you can order separately the vegetables
Yeah,
and
it's
the
all a la
grains.
carte.
And so along with that, I got some garlic fries, and the garlic fries were $10. You know you're in a nice restaurant when they ask you if you want sparkling water. They're gonna bring out the fries first. They just dropped off a knife, and I have to say the shape of it fits your hand so perfectly. We're getting ready for our steak. So I just want to give you guys a feel for the environment.
I love
here.
Angela.
The
She's so
are
cute.
Really nice. It's very
She's my Peruvian
minimalistic,
princess.
and it has this red brick wall. As soon as we walked in, she asked how we were doing. if
She's
we
another
were
dumb
doing
widow
before,
like me too.
And
So,
the
you know,
waiter
whatever.
is so good at his job. He just brought my daughter.
She's
some
half Peruvian,
plans, and
in
he
case
just
you're
brought us
wondering.
an entire new jug of water, and he also walked by to refill our water. So the service here is really good, and also all of the staff looks so neat. I mean, they're so well dressed, and I saw that the kitchen was having a group.
I'm sorry, I've worked in
meeting,
fine dining
and,
restaurants for most of my life,
They
so.
did some cheer together, so it was.
Yeah, maybe not
all of
everybody's
the
like
workers
used to the
working together,
experience, obviously.
Chicken Al Pastor is back at Chipotle for a fire meats flavor
Yeah.
for a limited time. Chipotle for
Man, okay, so, you know, YouTube's been pushing ads fucking hard lately, dude. I don't know if anybody's noticed that, but
for the ones who get
you end up with like 5 ads, dude, like fucking, before you even get to watch your fucking, you know, 20-minute video.
Way too many emails. But with Gemini and Gmail, we can instantly.
I had the other day, I popped on something, it wasn't even, it was like a short or something stupid like that. And I ended up with 50 seconds of ads for to watch the 10-second short.
Of 16-year-old Skylar Neese. It's now been 72 hours since she went missing from her West Virginia home.
We love her, baby. We want her home.
No.
Skylar was the average.
It's cool to see.
You're not the one that they lit on fire, right?
And yeah, I mean, they answered the questions that
Some
I
fucked
had
up
on
shit.
the menu. So yeah, overall, this is a really great experience, alright guys. And the fries have just arrived. Wow.
Looks pretty good.
These fries look amazing.
Now, if they would have tossed it in some truffle oil too,
These fries are
ooh,
so
baby.
Oh my gosh, that was one of the best French
Some of
fries
that,
I've ever had. It's
freshly
really
grated
French
fucking
fries,
expensive. That shit
but
is
on
like
the
$80
inside,
for a
It
little
was really soft.
wedge of the parm.
Delicious.
French parm, yeah.
And the sauce kind of tasted like some type of tartar sauce. Look at the consistency of this fry. How on the outside it's pretty golden brown, but on the inside it's super soft. This is one of the best French fries I've ever had. And the seasoning is nice too. I don't know what it is. Alright guys, our 18-ounce prime steak has arrived. It is massive. I was also just told that one of their known dishes here is the deep fried carrot. So everything here is handmade. These French fries were of course chopped and made here, so they're really, really good. So let me know if you guys think that this is a perfect medium rare.
Ooh, that looks
So
beautiful.
you can see it comes with chimichurri, which
Yeah, I love
I
chimichurri,
love chimichurri. How does it look to you guys? Does that look like a good medium rare? Looks amazing.
Yeah, a little more on the medium side.
My
to me.
mouth is watering. My mouth is watering.
But that could
There's
just be
some
the
yellow
lighting.
juice over here. I don't know what that's from. I think that this is cooked perfectly. I love it. Oh, this looks so good. Oh, why am I have 2 forks? What am I doing?
Okay, she's just gonna make me hungry at this point. I thought she was getting down with some local shit or something. We got AOC freaking out because she said some dumb shit. Well, let's get down with what's going on in Mexico. Because I do hear Puerto Vallarta is very nice this time of year. So let's check it out. I'm gonna do a little Benny here first.
Let's play.
Ah, Desperado, one of my favorite movies. He's like,
What's up, guys? Fanny. Donald Trump has often and regularly said that Mexico is a failed state run by the cartels and that they want to clean it up. That they are going to be engaging in anti-cartel operations because this is obviously where all of the human and drug smuggling happens in the world. And there was a lot of speculation if American intelligence and special forces had an operational hand in the killing of El Mencho. This is the massive cartel boss that was yeeted yesterday and caused all of Mexico, well, to prove Donald Trump right. It is, in fact, a cartel state, totally and completely operated by the cartels. Mexico's in a complete collapse, and Caroline Levitt.
Us older people know that. I mean, maybe not the young kids, but
the United States provided intelligence
literally ran by the cartels.
In order to assist with the operation.
The one thing I got to say about Claudia Sheinbaum,
to El Mencho,
I mean, granted, you know, give her credit. She is the first woman president and first Jewish president of Mexico.
So Caroline Levitt.
But it's funny, you know. So, you know, how do you think the presidents get elected down there?
And we're going to do more. Now,
but
this is a problem.
And it's funny how 16 of her opponents mysteriously died.
In Mexico, these cartels are completely ruthless, and you're potentially going to get
just saying, you know, maybe make your own connections on that shit.
1.6 million U.S.
What do I know? I'm just another dumb widow, right?
And the nearly 40 million Americans who visit Mexico every single year.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, it was 36 million back in 2024.
Issued a kidnapping warning in
yeah,
Mexico.
I'm sure it's probably up to about 40 million. Pretty close to 40 million Americans visit Mexico every year.
Saying that Mexico is incredibly dangerous.
Between, like, you know, spring break and all that shit, right?
Is in this orange, red, or yellow state where you need to not travel to or reconsider travel, but cancel your trip to. Look at this.
That's where my ancestors are from, right?
You have 10 different states in Mexico that are orange or red, which is effectively do not travel zones. This is right on our border. You can see here. Increased caution due to terrorism, crime, and kidnapping from the State Department.
Right.
Many violent crimes take place in Mexico, they say. This includes homicide, kidnapping, carjacking, and robbery. The risk of terrorist violence, including terrorist attacks on other activity in Mexico, have increased.
The police are guilty of that shit, too.
The U.S. government has limited ability to help you in Mexico. U.S. government employees are not allowed to travel to certain high-risk areas of Mexico. Due to security risks, U.S. citizens should follow the same restrictions.
Most definitely.
Traveling. And emergency services are limited or unavailable in Mexico. So don't travel in cities after dark.
PSA really for anybody that travels around the world, you know, people have done it for a while already, you know. Don't ever go anywhere outside of the country
These are all kidnapping
by yourself. Because when you do disappear, there's nobody there to report you missing.
Not drive between Mexican border cities, U.S. Mexico border, and interior Mexico. These are there are some limited exceptions. Look at this. Do not travel list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 states in Mexico. Reconsider traveling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, 7 now.
14 different states in Mexico, actually, not 10. 14 different states in Mexico is on the do not travel list.
Yeah, it have been for a while.
So that's brutal.
Yeah, that, you know, and that's going to go up through the week too, as you know, more of the violence happens. And this is by far over. This is not even over. I know the mainstream media is trying to push it like, okay, it's stable now. I watched like the MS bullshit now, whatever MS now, MSDNC, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Against deporting cartel members.
News report on it earlier, and it's like, no, Claudia says it's stabilized. There's nothing going on. Yeah, bullshit. I'm going to call bullshit on that one, 100%.
Look, this is what it looks like right outside of my beautiful resort villa. This is what I go. This is the kind of cultural flair that I want when I go to Mexico. By the way, it's terrifying. This kind of stuff has happened before.
There runs the tour bus.
Again, narco terrorists are hunting down Americans in Mexico, according to a senator,
I'm sure,
Moreno of Ohio.
Yeah.
Ohioans stuck in Mexico. Again, 40 million Americans visit Mexico every single year. 1.6 million Americans.
How many actually disappear down there, though, every year? I know that the number's pretty big.
4 U.S. citizens were kidnapped in Mexico by cartel gunmen.
In 2023, how many?
And 2 survivors.
Yeah, 4.
So this kind of stuff is...
Well, some people just disappear.
This was again...
Nobody even knows, like, you know, years... like a year later, their family's like, dude, what the fuck? They never came back and shit.
In 2023, widespread migrant kidnappings, including a December incident where 14
people kidnapping and teach along.
has led to deaths before.
It's really hard to say with it, like, because I'm missing my front teeth right now. I don't have my pin. I haven't installed the pins yet on my bridge.
Just don't travel to Mexico.
But
don't travel to these places. It is in a state of total
collapse.
The prisons have also been attacked by the cartels and have been.
Well, yeah, they got to jailbreak their buddy. They need reinforcements, right?
The population. I'm sure that's going to help. Again, people are screaming and crying, saying effectively they're trapped.
Reporting live from Mexico, about 25 minutes from Puerto Vallarta, where there's a massive cartel war happening right now.
Man, the footage was pretty crazy yesterday.
Say that. Oh boy.
Notice how there hasn't really been any new footage coming out today? You know why? Because they cut all the cartel cut all the phone lines and they're in the taking out the cell towers and Wi-Fi and all that shit right now as well. They're trying to shut it down so nobody can get any information out. But they literally have the city surrounded right now.
Kidnapping, retaliation.
Classic live white chick. Am I allowed to even say this? Am I allowed to say this, or is this going to offend people on TikTok? That the cartel are trying to kill us.
The cartel are trying to kill us.
The cartel's trying to kill us and kidnapped us. But at the very
least, Mexican vacation. Who made that? That's just pretty funny.
Been reporting live.
Right.
And it's the stuff that he's been capturing is wild.
Yeah, Dan Dix is pretty good. Yeah, I watched a couple of his videos yesterday. He did a very good job explaining everything and what's going on and stuff like that. Not that I mean, anybody with half a fucking brain cell fucking knows exactly what the fuck's going on down there. This isn't the first time something like this has happened. And we're probably going to have to roll the Navy up and evacuate tourists and shit. Like, we've done it before. So.
I'm just like kind of standing here.
You're
not for open borders.
They're all still in the pool.
The border of your
I tell you what I would do. You see that big ass yacht that went by? Yeah, they'll probably show it again.
Cartels control.
I would have went straight for that motherfucker. I would have stole that bitch and drove her fucking straight to fucking downtown. Hi. That thing has enough range to make it. I would have stole that motherfucker. Right.
Mexican cartels are really blowing up shit, and people wonder why we want secure borders.
Yeah, true, right.
Troubling reports coming out of Puerto Vallarta and other parts of Mexico, hunting down American citizens.
People that haven't lived on the border, southern border, they have no idea. Yeah, like people in fucking Minneapolis and shit like that. They're like, oh yeah, they're our neighbors, our friends. Yeah, well.
I want to see widespread drug cartel.
You ever live in Chula Vista before, motherfucker?
With ICE. Mexican government is not in control of Mexico.
Where motherfuckers getting shot every fucking night?
Trump will not hesitate to act. Drug cartel warlords will get what's coming to them.
Our place that we fucking were living at was literally
they're digging up all
we had big wall, we had chickens and shit like that for a reason, so we could tell when people were hopping into our backyard. We just start throwing beer cans and shit at them. Like if they made it through the backyard and shit like that, we'd like So hey, you're cool. You want a fucking beer, bro? Give them a beer, shove them out the front door. But literally, our backyard, like it was, we had the big wall, the big fucking 14-foot fucking wall, and then on the other side was the little dirt road. Our wall was right here, the little dirt road, and then was actually the old school border wall defense. And you can literally like see the Tijuana Stadium and shit from our backyard. Crazy shit, though. Well, look at my cool bong, dude, I found at the 7-Eleven last night, sitting on the tree stump. Oop. Gotta clean her up, but, you know.
Outdated Type 77
my other bong's fucking broke. There was like a crack all the way up the side.
Gaps on the Shandong aircraft carrier.
Shandong!
China's poor quality.
Yeah, okay, enough of that shit. Moving on. See what Crowder's got on the whole situation. Oh, that's fun. Good. Maybe. PSA for YouTube when I upload this onto YouTube. I don't monetize my shit, so. I'll be taking my shit
That's
down
just people having a domestic dispute. These people aren't drug dealers. These people are criminals and terrorists who happen to
there's a reason why they're
off of drugs. The
Her
idea that they're going to
distinction
straighten
as
up
an
and fly
international
right if you
narco-terrorist
simply
organization.
permit their behavior, like they're going to submit an IRS form, is ridiculous. 1 year ago, 1 year ago, President Trump
you're fucking
designated
killing me over here.
cartels as foreign terrorist organizations. Now we've seen that with Venezuela, but he designated specifically Mexican cartels as foreign terrorist organizations.
Yeah, 100%.
Why? Because they control governments.
Yeah.
Right? They're effectively transnational actors, and they can destabilize entire countries,
Yeah.
regions,
Yeah,
in some cases halves of continents, and use fear, right,
Yeah.
as a terrorist organization would. We saw this on full display yesterday. So first, let's set the stage. Monroe Doctrine, you know this, the Trump administration was very clear that the national security approach, the Western Hemisphere is ours. And thank God. Picture any other country in the Western Hemisphere and tell me you want them at the tiller of the ship. Right? He wrote, the United States will reassert and reinforce the Monroe Doctrine to restore American preeminence in the Western Hemisphere, to protect our homeland and access to key geographies throughout the region. So this is something that is well known. The left, of course, has complained about it.
Yeah.
And that means that anything President Trump does must be bad. So designating foreign drug cartels as terrorist organizations, they also believe is bad. We saw them do it with Venezuela.
Yeah.
Now, Mexico. The president there, Claudia Sheinbaum, has repeatedly rejected.
Funny too, like
She
afterwards,
doesn't
okay,
really
so
mean it. Our
basically the Mexican Navy went behind her back
It is necessary to reaffirm that in
with
Mexico,
intelligence
the
from
people are
the
in
U.S.
charge,
obviously,
and that we are a free,
because they don't have like a bunch of
independent, and
intelligence
sovereign
satellites
country.
and shit like that, obviously.
Cooperation, yes. Subordination,
Went to
and
go capture his
intervention,
ass.
no.
They probably
He has
wanted the
insisted on
$15 million
several
bounty on his
occasions that
head.
the United States military be able to enter Mexico.
But then when he did die,
and
then
we
she's
have
saying
said
how
no
like it's
very firmly.
we can't be
First,
killing the
because we
cartel
defend our
dudes,
sovereignty,
yada yada,
and
blah blah blah.
second, because it is not necessary.
But as soon as she found out he was dead, she was standing up on her car, fucking big crowd of people. Oh yeah, I did it, I did it.
Yeah, the people are in
and
charge.
tried to like
People are in charge.
you know,
so,
take
why would you care if a few drug cartels get taken out? Well, this weekend it turned into a war zone because of just that.
Right, sure.
This is Dan Dix here reporting for Press for Truth, coming at you here live in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico.
I've always liked it. I've always liked his
military driving past me, and as I understand it, I should not be around anywhere.
Doesn't get like super political or anything like that.
Because they are the target right now.
He just reports all the facts and shit like that, and lets you make up your own decisions. And you know, I wish our mainstream media would do the same fucking thing. But you know,
I can see the flames.
Is what it is, right?
Underneath that black smoke. Major flames there.
But that's a nice big thick black smoke. There's the airport situation.
That's just people having a domestic dispute.
No, don't take it out on the $5 rotisserie chickens.
Yeah. That's people having a dispute because the people are in charge of their government.
Yeah.
So let me tell you exactly what happened. The Jalisco New Generation Cartel, for future, I'll just say CJNG, their leader, El Mencho, was killed by some Mexican security forces. There wasn't any involvement of the United States outside of shared intel, from what we understand, but also there were numbers that came out that there were some American guardsmen, right?
No, sorry. These are the National Guard of Mexico.
Oh, National Guard of Mexico.
Were killed during the
25 Mexican
the internal dispute.
And there were conflicting reports coming out, so we're still kind of parsing through it, but intel was shared. That's how we helped. Keep in mind, this is the main competitor to Sinaloa cartel.
Yeah.
That's El Chapo, for those of you who don't necessarily follow, if you're not in on the brackets of the drug cartels. And so what is happening is the cartels are now trying to what? Use terrorism. They're trying to retain power over and discourage the government from acting. The people of Mexico are not in charge of their own destiny.
What's going to suck too is the outcome of this is going to be there's going to be huge power struggle
have known
the
drug cartel
internally in CJMG.
It just depends on which
with
drug
Sinaloa is
cartel
going
has
to
the most
they're
power.
going to try and make a power play
That's
as
why
well.
they have been designated foreign terrorist
Now a lot of people are going to die.
organizations. By the way, El Mencho's henchmen
This
did
is
not
going to go on
down.
for a while, a couple of
I
weeks
will give
probably.
them credit where it's due without a fight. I always forget how terrible that motion picture was. Terrible. So, this isn't just a problem though for Mexico. Just like if Canada is communist, it's not just a problem for Canada. If Canada has a porous border, it's not just a problem for Canada, it's a problem for the United States.
Yeah.
These cartels are a major threat to the United States. I'm not going to have the libertarian debate about the war on drugs.
Yeah, right.
We live in reality right now,
Yeah.
and drug cartels exist, and they do bad things.
Yeah.
And if you legalize all drugs tomorrow, they would still exist. They would just do something else. Let me direct you to some facts. Check the references. Here's key fact number one. The CJNG, other cartels, are not just responsible for drugs, but about $100 billion.
Human trafficking, sex trafficking,
For example,
child
1
children
million pills, 77,000 kilograms of drugs were seized by the DEA. But there's also human trafficking, $13 billion a year.
Yeah.
Now remember, there were 300,000 children lost under Biden. We don't have the exact numbers to know which ones were directly the result of these cartels. But here's the thing. If you just legalized all drugs, that $13 billion a year in human trafficking would go up.
Yeah,
These people aren't drug dealers. These people are criminals and terrorists who happen to
They're going to make their money any way they can fucking do
the
it.
idea that
It
they're
doesn't
going to
matter.
straighten up and fly right. If
They
you
don't have
simply
morals.
Permit their behavior like they're going to
They're cartels.
submit an IRS
There's no
form
moral
is
fucking
ridiculous.
values in there at all.
Keep in mind, when you look at, you have a contrast. Former administration, right? Biden, drugs, including fentanyl, skyrocketed. The use, the importation
That's the thing,
therein.
the prettier the little girl,
Trump
the
just the
fucking
second term, fentanyl
more
deaths are
likely
down
that they're
almost
going to kidnap a man.
20%. You look at the
sexually
border,
trap him.
which of course directly involves Mexico.
Right.
12 to 20 million completely unvetted illegals. I get it. Some of those are visa overstays. It's hard to get the exact number. Let's round it. Let's give it an even round 15 million. You have gangs taking over entire apartment complexes.
I'm okay with that.
President
Yeah,
Trump,
15.
border crossings down by 95%. Cartel arrests are numbering around 7,000 at this point in time.
True that. True that.
Key fact number two, there's a reason that these people are considered terrorists.
Right.
Okay? You saw what they did in Mexico, but they've also been doing this here. So in 2025, Mexican national was charged with terrorism in Texas for providing material to support the CJNG cartel. Grenades, weapons, cash, was arrested in Mexico, extradited to the United States.
Yeah, most definitely.
For some reason, though, even with all of this being said, the left, the same left who says that waving the flag at the Olympics and chanting USA turns them off, you know what else turns them off? Designating
Common
cartels
sense.
as foreign terrorist organizations. This comes from New York Times, Cato. You guys will have all the references. Brennan Center for Justice wrote, the dangerous sweep of Trump's plan to designate cartels as terrorist organizations. I'm sure, but you know what I think is more,
That's just so
you know what I think is more dangerous? Drug cartels.
The way the mainstream media operates and all that shit, it's just, you're like,
labels are kind of
are you
worse.
fucking kidding me? And the fact that the young
Cato
libtards
wrote,
buy into
Trump
all that shit,
administration
like,
shouldn't
really
designate
fucking
drug
trips me out.
cartels as foreign terrorist organizations. I'm sure they have some pseudo-libertarian, really a liberal in disguise reason for it, but you know what?
It's because drug cartels are scary.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
We don't want to misidentify them.
New York Times wrote, how labeling cartels terrorists could hurt the U.S. economy. What? I mean, I guess we lose $100 billion in drugs per year, if that's how you want to frame it. At what point do we say, these people are just anti-American across the board? They hate, they revile the United States of America.
Yeah,
The
100%.
left is not a part of American society. It is no longer, the Democrat Party is no longer a political party.
Yeah,
They don't
they're
like the
mostly
flag,
socialists
they
and
don't like
communists,
borders,
you know what I mean?
they don't like us being tough on drug cartels.
Well, because they're getting paid.
What do we do?
They're getting
Balkanization
paid.
almost seems okay to me at this point. I think we may be long
only thing
overdue
that
for a
makes sense
divorce.
about
Wait,
it,
if you say, well, why? Aren't we all
been on this
Americans?
planet for more
Yeah,
than,
but
like,
you don't
fucking
like the
20
flag.
years, then, yeah, you
If I
probably
say,
already
America, your stomach turns. If I say, hey, can't we sort of try and clamp down on drug cartels? You go, no, that's not right. That'd be bad for America. And if I say why, you say,
I've seen some libtard the other day
what do
say
you,
that that was a human rights
how do we
violation
find common ground at this
to
point?
crack down on
And
drug
of course,
cartels.
these same people bitched about President Trump bombing narco-terrorist drug boats.
Are you fucking
The
buying drugs?
Pentagon's announced the U.S. blew up another boat in the Eastern Pacific, killing 4 people, claiming the boat was carrying drugs, but once again,
Well, that's
offering
no fishing vessel.
terrorists.
Saw news
And that's
last
not
week
bait.
The Trump administration took this airstrike on a boat. off
That's
the coast
apparently
of
obvious, dude.
Venezuela.
That
First
shit's
of all,
so
we have
fucking funny.
sort of no information on who was on that boat or who was killed. And might be, as the Trump administration says,
Oh, whatever,
drug
dude.
cartel.
Well, that's some
might
information,
be
isn't it?
Civilians.
You know, the big bales
Stated
of
reason
fucking,
for taking strikes
of
to
cocaine
try to
on the
stop
fucking
the
thing.
flow of drugs in the United States. It makes no sense as the centerpiece.
Oh, wow.
I guarantee you those drugs didn't make it.
In many ways,
Yeah,
it's
that's no
bringing
fishing,
the
though. You
logic
see
of
fishing
Gaza
boats.
into the Caribbean
fishing
in
nets
terms
now.
of
You see big
unaccountability.
bales.
That man's body generates no pigment.
And an expansion of national defense to justify
Saul hadn't thought about sex.
what is in
That's weird.
effect just extrajudicial killing.
It is about separation of powers.
I'm sorry, they wouldn't think
For the
twice
folks
to
who
fucking
weigh
kill
the
you just for
Constitution
looking
out,
at them the
we
wrong
do
way.
something.
Come on, man. Come on.
I
Where's the
have.
Constitution around?
I have.
She cracks me up
What
so
are you
fucking
trying to say?
much,
That the
dude.
Constitution says that we can't designate any foreign terrorist organizations to be terrorist organizations? Like, whatever the left says, the Constitution, you know they're lying to you.
Yeah,
Just to be
pretty
clear.
much.
Whenever someone on the left says, actually, I'm a Christian, but you know they're lying to you. And when we're talking about sinking these boats, like terrorists or no terrorists, it's sink or swim time for Mexico. And
Yeah. No, true.
if you like me, fam, you know I can't swim. So let's go to tourism.
Nailed it. They love you.
Just got some new votes.
Yeah.
The traders in Canada, our greatest friends, Canada. Ah, yeah,
No,
our greatest
Alberta's
friends.
our
So
friend.
we designate a group, foreign terrorist organizations.
I love
They take
Danielle
over
Smith. I
entire
think
cities
she's
and
like the
go
final
and
boss
show
babe.
exactly what we told you to be
Definitely.
true, that they control
Final
governments
boss
and that
babe of
that
the
is a
North,
threat to the
right?
United States. So what does Canada do? Our greatest friend? They encourage their people to go to Mexico. Tourism from Canadians to Mexico up 12%.
Right.
Down 28% going to the United States because Canadians believe that it's safer than the United States for them to be in Mexico.
You're enjoying it. Your extended stay.
Oh my God.
Here's a post from Jay Hunter on X wrote, last week I had a trip booked to the U.S. Canceled that and went to Mexico. If you're looking for a vacation, I suggest Mexico. The love for Canadians is real down there. And your kidneys. Better food, better people, better country.
Papa John's.
And they don't have an elderly orange
I
rapist.
swear to God, I
as
just
a
lost about
president.
fucking 20 brain cells, 20,000 brain cells right there.
Okay. So the drug cartels in Mexico are better than President Trump, and they're better specifically for Canadians. All right. And the Mexican tourism minister said that Canadians going to Mexico said, I think they are choosing more friendly policies. You know what else? This happened when I was growing up. Canada did this with Cuba. You could actually argue that the people of Cuba,
Right. They
there are
did do that.
consequences, right? Canadians going, we're going to stick it to the United States. I can't believe they beat us at hockey, even though winning doesn't matter, right? It just matters how you live. But we're going to Mexico. They did the same thing with Cuba. The people of Mexico will be under the thumb of the drug cartels as long as Canada does this. That's why countries boycott countries. That's why countries have embargoes. That's why countries have sanctions.
Yeah.
Cuba,
That's what
Canadians
tariffs are about.
have almost single-handedly kept the Castros and their never-ending lineage in power afloat with their tourism dollars.
Right.
When the United States said we're no longer allowing our people to go.
Oh, well, the
Do you think
Cuban
the
people actually
Let me ask you
started
this:
that.
Canadians go, we're going to Cuba. I can get some rum there, duty free, whatever the hell it is. Why do you think when Cubans get to America, well over 80% of them vote Republican and conservative? Do you think they're
don't
happy
wanna
to
go
see
home.
Canadians go there and every dime they
Right.
spend goes directly to the fascist, autocratic communist regime?
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is just sticking it to America because you have a jealousy complex, it's not annoying. It kills people.
Yeah, 100% it does.
It kills people. I know because I was one of them. I had to go to Cuba. I was one of few Americans who went to both Guantanamo Bay to do some shows for the troops as an American. And when I was young, I had to go to Cuba on a Canadian passport for a Rising Crust pizza commercial, which, by the way, pretty sure was a money laundering scheme.
Yeah, I don't see why the Rising Crust is coming out of Cuba.
Yeah, well, they needed it to be set during the summer. They needed to blow their budget.
They needed to blow their budget.
I remember my mom leaving a tip on a bill. And I was mine. I think I was 16, and I said, "Mom, if you do that, that's not gonna go to her. That's gonna go."
Yeah,
and
to
my mom
the
said,
to
I'm
the.
sorry, hey, if I put that, does that go to you? And she just kind of, my mom said, you know what? Never mind. Let me write it. I'll give you cash. She said, don't touch the bill. Don't touch the bill. Don't touch the bill. Don't touch the bill. No. Like she was gonna be carried away forever. Forever. Canadians support the government of Cuba. Canadians support the government of Mexico in bed with the cartels while they virtue signal, and those people will never enjoy basic freedoms. But you know what? You have the moral high ground, Canada, because you kill 5% of your population with euthanasia. Now, surprise, Canadians are stuck in Mexico.
Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna have to rescue him. We're gonna have to rescue him again, like the last time this happened back in the whatever 90s or early 2000s when we had to roll up fucking with Navy landing ships and fucking load all the turrets on there.
That sucks. If that guy's Canadian, serves you right.
We did it in Syria. We did it in Lebanon.
Is this right or is this wrong?
Suriname.
They can't
something like that. Somewhere in Africa we did that.
It's a godless nation. Ironically, because they still actually have God in their national anthem, which has offended a lot of people. They have no basis to declare what is right and what is wrong. And so, their moral compass is, we don't like America. What will bother America? They can't say that objectively tariffs from the United States on Canadian goods is wrong because they do it.
A couple songs
They
or something
do
like
it.
that.
If they had an objective standard of right and wrong, they would say, well, we've done tariffs, and so they're doing it. So you know what? That makes us, maybe we should either all do away with tariffs.
That was
or just
the whole
accept
Supreme
these
Court
terms.
ruling.
Instead, it's
what Kavanaugh
we
did
don't
too.
like America,
he laid out the guideline of it. Okay, well, you know,
and they
okay,
shouldn't be
yeah,
allowed
it
to.
might be illegal
Canada
to
has
use
not
the
met
emergency
their
acts for
NATO
that.
spending for decades.
But
Canada wouldn't exist
you
as a country if
can
not for the United States.
raise the
But
global
instead of
tariff
saying, is it objectively
on the entire
wrong
world
for us
to
to sign a
15%.
contract
That's what
and
Trump
not
did.
honor it? Do they
I think
have a
it's
point?
a beautiful thing.
They go, well, we don't like America. They can afford it, so screw
And
them.
honestly, I think we
We're
should
gonna
like
buddy up with
stop
China.
trading with most of the world.
This is why
basically.
you're seeing a resurgence in
none.
Christian nationalism.
Definitely zero out of fucking
Because
China.
people need to be able to govern themselves.
Obviously, we don't get nothing
with an
from Russia and
objective
never
standard
really
of
have,
truth
but
of
they,
right and wrong.
for a long time,
Canada
bought a
doesn't
lot of
have
shit
that.
from
That's
us.
why they're killing their own people in record numbers.
And that's what's really
That's why they're
killing
allowing men to compete in women's
Russia
sports
right
and
now,
shooting.
too,
That's
is
why they use
the fact
stupid
that they're
terms
not
like
getting
two-spirit.
our
It's why they implement
hardened
tariffs
steel
and it's gonna happen to
bearings
them.
and shit
It's
like
why
that.
they
They had
do
to
the
go back
national
to
anthem,
old school
complain when they
ball
see
bearings.
memes, and it's why they give their
That's why all the
dollars to
machinery is
oppressive
breaking down and
governments
nothing
that
lasts
jail
long
political
anymore.
dissidents
And
while
their
convincing
whole
themselves
machining
that
industry
they
is
have the
basically
moral
dead.
high ground. I really mean it. I really, really mean it. The United States should militarily intervene in Canada.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because of this, and a
100%.
bunch of other reasons that we've covered, they're actually a national security threat.
Yeah, 100%
They're actually a national security threat because we
100%.
don't share any common ground
Yeah.
or language as to what is right and what is wrong, and we are not friends. Alberta, I really hope you guys leave.
Yeah.
And we're not saying you have to be the 51st
No,
state.
they're
We'll just have a
coming up on
relationship
a
with
million
you, but I
fucking
think our
signatures
relationship
for
with
a
Canada
referendum.
needs to be done with. It's
Yeah.
over. It is an immoral,
And
godless, conquered
you look at it
people
too, like
who only
close to
they don't
80%
give. Everyone tell me
of
this. How has Canada
all the
benefited
wealth
the
and
world?
oils, all
In
that
any
shit comes out of
significant
Alberta,
measure.
and it all goes to
Plus,
Ottawa,
they have a
and they
peacekeeping
fucking
force.
squander it
Whatever.
however the
So do
fuck
we.
they
It's called the
squander
United
it.
States military. What have they done?
Yeah. They haven't done
They
shit
got
for
more
us.
time
They've been under our security fucking umbrella
In the United States,
for
in many
forever.
ways. You guys may not know this.
Just like
And they
most of
certainly had a leg
Europe.
up because they didn't fight royalty.
Yeah.
They bowed to them.
Yeah.
Why isn't the rest of the world saying, dear, when an earthquake happens, when a tsunami happens, why are they saying, dear God, I hope the Canadians help us?
Yeah. Not a single person on this planet says
selfish
that.
pricks,
Yeah.
Canada.
Yeah.
And you mistreat everyone. We are only as valuable to you as the handouts we give.
Yeah.
And I don't think we should be doing that anymore.
Yeah. No more
If
handouts.
you're still
bro.
watching this,
No more
if you
handouts
really
for
one of
anybody,
the
dude. I'm
6
sorry,
million or
but
so subscribers,
America is not the
on
fucking welfare
YouTube,
program for the fucking rest of the
who's,
world, dude.
For one reason
Fuck
or
you
another,
guys,
I
dude.
don't
Figure it
understand.
out on your
Still
own.
here. So back in the day, I would say click one of these videos and subscribe, but
Figure
really
it out on your
head
fucking
over
own,
to
dude.
my
I'm
channel
so
and Rumble.
fucking sick
Follow
of
me
this. I'm
there.
so sick of giving fucking
I'm live
our tax
5
dollars
days a
away
week, 11
to
a.m.
people that
Eastern.
actually fucking
And I actually say the
absolutely hate
things
us and
that I
everything
mean to
that we
say.
stand for,
On YouTube, it's everyone.
We
Everyone is
100%
kinda
have
neutered,
that fucking higher moral ground, you know?
really. And there's
Of any
just a
country
general lack
on the planet.
of testicular energy, but I mean that in a heterosexual way. Mostly.
Okay. I feel bad for Jazzy Crockett. I talk a lot of shit about Jazzy, but I actually feel bad for her because the Democratic Party's fucking 100% fucking turned on her. And that shit's apparently obvious now. It's just, oh wow, my party actually is racist. It's like, wow. Let's see what Tulsi's got going on, huh?
Pain treatment doesn't always
I have a bunch of Iranian friends, dude, and they're like cool as fuck, dude. And they, you know,
focus on evidence-based, non-invasive.
Anybody that knows me knows that, like, I
because when
really
it
like
comes to
talking
your
to
health,
people, especially if
we
I
believe
don't
an
know, you know,
alternative to
like,
invasive medicine
I gotta
is
know what makes you
medicine.
tick, basically. And then I form, you know, if you're gonna be my friend or not. And really, you know, anybody can be my friend. I don't really care. I talk a lot of shit and stuff like
Their
that.
strong edge support, high density foam, and cooling tech give us a solid sleep.
.tv and download the 2C TV app for full
That
access.
ad literally made me
First,
lose
let's
a
go
million brain
to
cells right
the
there.
brave Iranian people.
Okay, let's go back to the. See, I like Tulsi. Tulsi's gonna tell you the whole story because he is Iranian. His father is still a political prisoner in Iran. So when it comes to and Tulsi's he's always like at least 24 hours ahead of like CNN and everybody else.
News channel,
It's not like 48 hours.
Islamic Republic of
And
Iran
I'll
is
use this
facing
as
a
an
new
example, dude.
challenge.
I don't know if
Yes,
anybody remembers when
multitasking as the
that
Iranians
car
continue to
hit
be out on
the crowd of
streets.
people
protests
out front of the
continue.
nightclub in LA.
Meanwhile, the outside world
Within 20
is
minutes, he had a live stream.
preparing
He lives in the
for
UK.
President
He had
Trump
people on the
has
ground
also
sending him
come out
videos
over the last half
over
an hour
there.
to debunk
The local
claims
news in
of the
LA
mainstream media
didn't touch on it
that
until about
apparently
10:30, 11
war is
o'clock.
not happening with
And the mainstream news
And,
outlets
the
like
Conference of the
CNN,
Parliament
MSN
also
now,
has an
all that
urgent
shit,
message
they didn't touch on it until
for
like
the
11:30 at
Iranians, but also
night.
a message for those
Until their
inside the
late
regime
broadcast.
in Tehran. We're going to give you guys all the updates. We're going to get your reaction
Think about that
live
for a second.
as usual and in the comment
Tulsi
section.
had
Make sure to
fucking
become a
live
member
feed from the
of
fucking
2C TV
scene
Plus by
within
going on
20 minutes.
2C.tv
There's probably more like
and
15.
download the 2C TV
Probably
app
more,
for
probably
full
even less than that.
access.
Oh,
First,
well,
let's
yeah,
go
we'll go with 20
to
minutes.
the brave Iranian people.
Nobody else
Who have been
was doing
out
anything.
definitely the last
Even like
4
Ikmail
days
and
in a row. But overall, the last week or
Brandon
so,
Barlow and
the
all
new
those,
wave
none of
the
them even
uprising
picked
now
up on the
started.
story
The
until
last
like
few
8 in the
days, the
morning.
students
Obviously,
across
they're probably sleeping
universities
or
in
whatever.
Iran have been leading from the front line. This is in the
I only ended up
Al-Azhar
clicking on it
University,
because
which
like I
used to be
wake up
called
at
the
3:30 every morning.
Pahlavi
It doesn't matter.
University. People
I'm always up
chanting
by 3:30.
Pahlavi will
I just wake
return
up out of.
home. Let's go to this, and then we're going to give you guys all the updates about
Wow, it must be like 3 or
the actual conflict.
So, yeah, what's up in all we really need to do. Okay, so now the Gerald T. Ford is now pulled into the Mediterranean.
Yeah, and of course they're also chanting a long live
I think they're down to like 10 days on their ultimatum. You know, the Iranians are never going to give up their nuclear program.
Today, which confused
There's
a lot
after
of
fighting
people.
tooth and nail for it for the last 50 years.
The Iranian opposition sources claimed that
whatever, how
a
long has it
text
been?
messaging system
79,
of one of the mobile operators in Iran was actually hacked, and
born in 73,
people who
so
obviously had
how
access,
old would I
who
be?
were
I'd be
part
able
of
to
that network, received the following message that to the oppressed people of Iran, the
5 or
U.S.
6,
president
maybe 7 or something
is
like that.
a
So,
man
yeah.
of action.
42 years
be on standby.
since the government
Just
was
be
overthrown
patient.
in Iran.
So,
Since
now,
the Shah
we don't
was
know exactly
overthrown.
how this happened. We
And
don't know if the
he's
hack
lived there.
was from the
He
outside
died like,
or
you know,
whether it was
10,
an
12 years
internal
ago or
hack,
something like
somebody
that.
from the
But
inside,
Panamani, you know, he's been in
sabotaging
America
this.
since.
But yeah, a number of
He's
people obviously
westernized.
received
He's
this
got
depending
our
on if you were part
moral
of the network.
views on it. I think he'd be great
our
as the
contacts
interim
in Mashhad
leader.
also received the
Until they can have
message.
democratic
But
elections.
today was also quite tough.
But all we need to do is
for
just
the IRGC
fire
leadership
some
because they have
tomahawks,
to deal
take out
with
the
more
IRGC
mysterious
bases and their,
explosions,
their
more
operational
gas
operation
leaks.
centers.
This video came from
Yeah, funny
a
how they're
power
always calling it
station
gas leaks, huh?
in Tehran. Let's go.
And so that gives the IRGC nowhere to fall back to. When and then just let the people fucking do their thing, you know, they'll be able to take them out. Maybe let Israel do their thing, you know, they'll go in and fucking, you know, put ground troops
So
there.
yeah, I mean this was from the capital, and as I
that's
said,
fine.
the last
I'm okay
half
with
an hour or so we had the president of the United States
But I think
debunking some claims because over the last couple
even
of
if for
hours,
nothing
we had
else,
Axios,
just
the
that, you know,
media
as a
outlet,
show of strength,
saying that
fucking
the
show how
US
badass
military
our
have made a
fucking Tomahawk
U-turn. They don't
variants
want to
are.
attack Iran. and this is what the
Then
president
everybody on the
said.
planet is going to
Numerous stories
yeah,
from
let's
the
not
fake
fuck with the
news
Americans like
media
they used to
have been
say.
circulating, stating that the
It's
General
probably not a good
Daniel
idea to
Cain,
fuck with the American military.
sometimes referred to as
They're going to
Reagan,
fuck you up.
is against us going to war with
I mean, how
Iran.
many active service
The
members do we have?
story
Over a
does
million?
not
I forget
attribute
what, 1.7
this
or
vast
something?
wealth of knowledge to anyone and is
At any given
100% incorrect.
We
General
literally have,
Cain,
a,
like all of us, would like not to
107
see
fucking
war,
million
but
active service
if a
members
decision is made
in our military at
on
any given
going
time.
against Iran at a military level, it is his opinion
Nobody
that
on
it
the
will be
planet comes
something
even
easily
anywhere
won.
close.
He knows Iran
I
well.
think
in
China
that,
is the
he
only
was in
place that
charge
comes
of
anywhere
Midnight
close, and it's
Hammer,
only like
the attack
500,000.
on the Iranian nuclear development.
We still have like a
It is
million.
a development no
More
longer,
troops,
but
active
rather
service
was
members
blown to smithereens by our great
So think about that
B-2
for a
bombers.
second.
Raising Cain is a great fighter and represents the most
Yeah, they got more
powerful
naval vessels,
military
but they're
anywhere
it's
in
cheap
the
Chinese
world.
crap. You know,
He
most
has
of
not
their shit sucks
spoken
ass.
of not doing Iran or even the fake limited
When you do a
strikes
real,
that I
when you
have
really
been
do a
reading
deep
about.
dive into our military,
He only
it's
knows one
really
thing,
quite fucking
how to
frightening
win.
how strong our military
And
is.
if he is told to do so, he will be leading the pack. Everything that has been written about the potential war with Iran has been written incorrectly and purposefully so. I am the one that makes the decision. I would rather have a deal than not, but if we don't make a deal, it will be a very bad day for that country. And very
100%.
sadly, its people, because they are great and
I'm
wonderful.
sorry, dude. I'm so sick
and
of fucking
something like
everybody's
this
virtue
should
signaling and
never
shit
have
like that,
happened to them. It's talking about the crackdown by
I'm sorry, dude. I want
Khamenei's
our
regime.
country
President
and our leader to
Donald
be the
J.
biggest bully
Trump.
on the fucking block,
so
dude. So nobody ever.
one of the main
fucks
things
with
to
the
deal
economy in the
with
United States. You know what I mean?
is over the last few days, a lot of people have been talking about limited strikes. Now, obviously, none of this came from the White House directly. It didn't come from the president directly.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on making the most crispy chicken finger meal, getting them right every time.
Ooh, smell! That's why we made Carpet. It's a quick-drying lotion that stops odor and sweat. It comes in 9 premium fragrances. Carpet works where other deodorants fail. Our formulas are mixed. Our products are filled, and our orders are shipped from right here in the USA. Other companies are raising prices. We are lowering them. Carpet will give you the best deodorant you ever use for your money back. Carpet is dermatologist tested, paraben-free, and comes with a 100% money-back guarantee. Try Carpet today with limited-time free shipping at mycarpet.com.
Say, I don't believe whatever he says, so he's not going to attack. If President Trump the next day says, I would not attack the Islamic Republic, the same people will say, see, I believe him, he's telling the truth. He's not going to, I told you, he's a traitor. Like, so now you believe him. You see the problem with the mental gymnastic there. They believe the negative, they don't believe the positive. These are the people who need mental health obviously solutions, so they have some issues with their childhood, but trust issues mostly. The reality is that if the president is basically saying the limited airstrike is not an option, technically, take it with a pinch of salt, he's telling the truth, right? But you might still see it, because he would still call it something else. Now that's the main point. So limited strikes might happen, it might just be the first wave, so he would call it the first wave. He might even name it as some sort of operation, right? Operation this or Operation that. Because even a limited strike will provoke the Islamic Republic to hit back. So it will eventually lead to a wider military operation anyway. Now let's quickly go back to the young people in Iran, especially in Tehran. The Polytechnic University of the capital burning the flag of the Islamic Republic and chanting, "Long live the king."
shit up. Sure, right? Burn that shit. Burn, baby, burn.
Now we also have to give you an update on the Israelis and what they are up to. So,
Okay, what are they up to?
there's been a lot of internal conflict, politically speaking, in Jerusalem between Netanyahu and the opposition.
Right.
Well, things are changing because the one thing about the Israeli culture, which is strong and very powerful compared to a lot of the European cultures, is that when there's a time for unity, they all come together. You saw that after October 7th, and you're going to see it now. The opposition leader, Lapid, I'm not a big fan of him, as you guys know. He made a video statement earlier saying that if war breaks out,
Sure.
Israel, the politics, internal politics in Israel will stop. Full unity behind the government, regardless of political parties or politics. Something, again, you won't really see in a lot of the European countries, the left and the right uniting at this point. But you still get it in Israel. Let's go to Lap.
I want to use this opportunity to send a clear message to our enemies. No matter who is in government in Israel, we will always know how to defend ourselves.
Of course.
We will always
Now I got
strike
it.
at those who seek to harm us.
Every single
I say especially to the Iranian regime, we will never allow you to build up a missile threat against our people again. Your terror proxies will never be given a moment's peace, and you will never be allowed nuclear weapons. My position is clear. It is time to strike at the foundations of the regime. The people of Israel deserve to live in safety. The people of Iran deserve freedom and a better life. The Middle East deserves a future of peace and prosperity. Israel will stand united. There will be no opposition coalition during war with Iran. Prime Minister Netanyahu and I will put aside our differences for the defense of our country, for the defense of our people. All of Israel will unite behind our soldiers and pilots.
Someone in the live chat said, sounds like Arnold. He does sound, every single time I hear him, sounds like Arnold. But putting the Israelis aside for a second, there are problems for a lot of us in London and in the United Kingdom. As you guys know, TCTV, myself and our team obviously have to deal with death threats. That's natural, it's just a Tuesday. But a lot of the, well, in the UK we have problems because anybody that is, tends to be either right-wing or anti-Islam or anything like this, or anti-IRGC, they tend to be on hit lists in general. But we now also have the Iranian opposition media, which is based in London, Manoto. They've had to shut down their broadcasts after receiving warning from the UK counter-terrorism part of the Metropolitan Police about a potential threat from the Islamic Republic on British soil, by the way.
Right.
Now, Manoto, this channel, they are working on emergency plans, and they will be updating their audience and the viewers through official channels. These guys have had to deal with a lot of issues over the last few years, and also, relatively speaking, Iran International, another opposition channel, which was based in London. One of the reporters was also attacked. There was an assassination attempt in London on British soil on him. And I've had my dealings, and then obviously a lot of other people. Tommy Robinson had to basically flee the UK because of death threats from Islam. But this is Britain, and we are not getting any extra support or resources. We have to look after ourselves. That's why a lot of people obviously are leaving the United Kingdom because it's not safe. If you really care about your family, you're going to have to keep them alive. I hope obviously everything goes well for Manoto, this channel. They've been working really hard the last few years to be the voice of the opposition. Quickly going back to the situation on the ground, Earlier today, we also had protesters in Iran. This is again, I think, in the capital. Huge crowd chanting, "Long live the king."
See, that's the real Iranian flag with the sun and the fucking lion on it. Not that weird fucking symbol fucking thing. That's the real Iranian flag.
From this point, things escalated massively, just like yesterday. But actually, things got much worse today.
Let me guess.
IRGC Basij units. These are the militants of the IRGC. The fact that the IRGC themselves
there's a lot of the proxy fucking terrorists.
They also have a militant wing, which is
roaming around.
These guys then started to.
All I know, when the shit fucking happens, it's gonna happen real fast.
The anti-IRGC Iranians defended themselves.
We're in touch with the Kurds and stuff like that. We just like saved their ass like a couple weeks ago. Because the IRG were hitting their bases or whatever.
As if they are in Gaza.
We ended up blowing the shit out of them.
You know, when you lose, you cry. Watch this.
What? What is it saying?
They're just saying, I can't believe they're attacking us. They're throwing rocks and stones. What did we do? Oh no. Maybe because you killed tens of thousands of people. Yeah, maybe that's why. Maybe because you only shower once a year. Maybe that's why. And maybe because you are following a leader who doesn't even care about his own children. So maybe that's the reason. But we're going to show you some of the more obviously clips from the clashes. But before we do that, we have to go to the Crown Prince, Reza Pahlavi.
Yeah, this is the thing too about Iran. Okay, pre the 1979 overthrow of the Shah, what do they call the Islamic Revolution, whatever the fuck. Iran was one of the most racially diverse, religiously diverse. And there's more Christians and Jews there than there were in Israel at that time. And one of the most liberal countries on the planet for the longest time. 100 years. And the whole history behind that is when Jerusalem fell, it fell fucking from the Roman times, when Rome fell. It was mostly Christian and shit like that at that time, right? And then the Muslims came, took it over, and then the Crusades happened. They took it back for a short time, and then it fell again until the end of World War II. Most of those people that fled from there fled to Syria and fucking Iran. That's why you still see, like, you got the Kurds, you got the Druze Christians, you got fucking a lot of Jewish people, and all that shit in both Syria and and Iran. There's still Christians that are holding out there, and they have been for thousands of years. But I would love to see the Iranian people free again. It'd be a beautiful thing. And a lot of people, and maybe the Muslims do, they understand that Islam is dying. It's literally dying. The religion is toast in the Middle East, and that's why they're in the UK and shit like that, where the governments are pandering to their shit and stuff. But, I know. And the whole reason why they're even there is because the globalists enter the EU. They bought into the whole civilizational collapse fucking bullshit. Okay, well, white people aren't fucking procreating anymore. I wonder why. And we're going to need a labor force eventually. They don't necessarily need them now. So basically, the EU sold out the Europeans for cheap labor from Africa, from Northern Africa and the Middle East. Like has a lot of countries. So has fucking Canada.
به کشتی در
Most of
همشکسته
Europe,
جمهوری اسلامی گره بزنید
Russia, obviously, you know, but Russia and China were way different with their migrant workforce. They're treated like second-class citizens and all that. If you're paying attention, you would know. But most people aren't because they can only see with their heart and not with their logic center of their brain. And it's fucking super retarded, though.
پخش آزمایشی این شبکه به تازگی
I ain't talking shit about my fucking mentally challenged brothers and
آغاز شده
sisters,
است.
though.
سرنوشت
In my generation, we grew up. That's what you call your best friend, like when he stubs his toe or
با
says something
مسئولیت
stupid to
پذیری
a girl.
و شجاعت می توانیم تاریخی نو برای ملت ایران
It's a term of endearment for my generation and like my mom's generation. And shit
Yes,
like that.
the Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi.
So, you know.
The message quite clear. There is
Stop with
only
your
a
virtue signaling.
limited
Oh my God, you're
window
making fun of
that is
fucking
open
mentally challenged people. No, I'm
for
not.
those inside the regime.
That term was never meant
Otherwise,
to
it's over.
talk shit about mentally challenged.
Students at the
Same thing with idiot, dude. I will call you an idiot
University
fucking
of
every day of the
Technology
fucking week
in
and you
the
act like a
capital
fucking idiot.
raised the national flag, the lion and sun, and then the clashes started.
No, sure. Okay, I'm over it. But this is boring me. Let's see what the link. Oh, yeah, let's do Canali, huh? Oh, that looks fun. Let's check it out.
Welcome to Sunday. Full throttle.
Full throttle. No, damn. Oh, man.
Multiple videos have been shared in social media showing the scale of destruction.
Hey, okay,
in the
I don't
aftermath of
know if
violent
you know this by
clashes
now.
in
Like, I
Mexico after
literally
the news
watched.
the Mexican army killed
I'm
the
going to watch
country's
the
most
lamestream
powerful
news
cartel
outlets.
leader.
I'm not going to watch our own.
Videos show
I'm
vehicles
actually
burned
going to
in
watch the
various
shit from
states
around
in
the
Mexico
around the
and
world because
destruction.
I find it a lot more.
The killing on Sunday of Jalisco New Generation cartel leader Emilio
you know, we're not saying the
Cervantes
BBC,
during an
you
attempt to
know,
capture
I
him
mean,
in
even
Jalisco
GBN
State
would
was the
be
highest
probably better
profile
than any
blow
of our
against
own.
cartels since the
And I don't even
recapture of
really
former
trust their shit,
Sinaloa
but-
cartel boss Joaquin El
But
Chapo
like
Guzman a
Canal,
decade ago.
which is out of the Ukraine, I believe,
Following
or somewhere
Oseguera
like that,
Cervantes'
or
death,
Armenia or something.
security
I can't remember.
forces were placed on alert throughout the country as gunmen unleashed violence.
Like, if I want to know what's
Cars
going on in
burned
the
out by
Ukraine with the
cartel
Ukraine
members
war,
blocked
I
roads in
am
20
not going to
Mexican
go to
states.
fucking
People
any of
locked
our
themselves
mainstream
in their homes
fucking
in
news outlets
Guadalajara,
at all,
Mexico's
'cause
second
they
largest
have
city
no
and
idea.
Jalisco's capital,
And they're
school
usually
was
about a
canceled
week
Monday in
behind on the
several
information,
states.
right? You want to go
Some
to a
30
news
cartel
outlet
operatives
that's
were
from
killed
the
as
region,
well as one
obviously.
bystander during the clashes. 25 National Guard members
there's
and
like
one
certain channels
security
that I really
guard
love,
were
like
killed in retaliatory
Sky
attacks.
News Australia, dude. I find their
Following
take on
Oseguera
American
Cervantes'
politics
death,
just fucking
security
funnier than
forces
shit.
were placed on alert throughout the country as gunmen unleashed violence.
And say I really love the
Cars
political
burned out by
commentators that
cartel
come out of
members
the
blocked
UK.
roads in 20 Mexican states.
They're just fucking funny.
People
Like
locked themselves
Steph
in their
Alterner,
homes in Guadalajara,
one of my most
Mexico's
favorite
second largest
content
city and
creators out
Jalisco's
of the
capital,
UK.
and school was canceled Monday in several states.
And then on the light
killing
side
could
of
give the
stuff,
government
as
a
far as
leg up in
content
its
creators,
dealings
you know,
with the U.S.
Christina
Trump
Grace Lewis, I
administration,
think she's
which
cute,
has
you
been
know, she's
threatening
just funny.
tariffs or unilateral
She's just nice
military
and
action
cute.
if
I like that,
Mexico does not show results in the fight against the cartels. But the long-term
what is that
effect
one
on
Switch
Mexico's
girl's name?
security
Think about
landscape
that for a
remains
second.
unclear.
Or is she Norwegian? I can't remember. She's super cute too, bro. Like, I mean, she's hot. That girl is hot, and she's like super nice. And you know, I like Bunnymon as well. I watch a lot of her content. There's a couple guys out of like Panama and Mexico, like Mex Reacts. I really like that kid. I think he's like, he definitely has, as far as people, as content creators out of Mexico, he's got a good head on his shoulders, and I think he has a bright future in the whole content creator and all that shit. You know what I mean? We may have to actually do one of that kid's fucking videos. Dude, I really like him. But what do I know? I'm just another dumb widow, right? No, I really like Mexico. Like, I watch a lot of stuff. Fun. Actually, you know what? And actually, let's do that after this video. We're gonna go to Mex Reacts and let's get the kids' take on what's going on in Mexico, right? Let's definitely. I haven't watched one of his videos for a couple days, so. One of the best ones was the whole. He has this one video where it's it's like a comparison of food, culture, and political beliefs and all that shit between Mexico and Chile. And then Peru jumped into the thing too. There's some weird shit going on with that whole thing, with the food culture and stuff like that. It's pretty funny. But that's like one of my most favorite videos of his that he's done. Was that comparison, and I think it was like him and his dad too were doing it. These two were just having me fucking rolling the whole fucking time, dude, just rolling. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Yeah, look at that. What was that, a tractor trailer? That was an 18-wheeler, huh? Was. Let's hope there wasn't a bunch of people being trafficked in the back of that fucking thing when it fucking was lit on fire. Just saying. Lovely. I didn't know they had Waymos down there, and I guess they do, huh? That's a Waymo, or something like a Waymo. Or those cop cars, those might be cop cars, huh? Yeah. Dude, everything is burned out. Every single fucking car is burnt out. Oh, well, maybe not that one. Windows are all broken on it, though. All of them are burned out. Man, all the buses at the bus station burned out. Yeah, and the cartels went hard, huh? They went fucking hard. This is what it is, dude, you know. Oh? Wow. How much time? I'm over an hour into it. I'm going to try and keep it under 3 hours, just because most people, like, you know, don't have that attention span. And really your magic number, if you're making YouTube videos, like on a daily basis, you know, keep it 20 to, you know, try and keep it under 30 minutes. Like 24 minutes, I believe, is the magic spot for people's attention span. Which is really hard to do, to like pack that much content and everything, especially if you're talking about some sort of like an important topic that you really need to be able to pull up a bunch of videos, facts, backbinding, and all that shit. Just saying, you know. So I've spent like the last, 7 years or something like that, pretty much analyzing. I am the analytical person for fucking YouTube. I can tell you what fucking is gonna work and what isn't. I don't have my computer. I don't have a camera for my computer right now, so I can't do that shit. And I mean, I guess I could cut. I could do it on my phone, like record my video and then cut it into there. And it makes it just a little bit harder. It's easier to do it like live with the pulling the screens up and all that shit. But you know, I'm sorry, I'm not like some great fucking production fucking wizard fucking. As far as that goes, music production, yeah. Video production, not so much. It's the editing part, and I get real sucks editing. Like what I'll do is usually I'll get an idea in my, like, I'll watch all the videos that I want to get included in there, you know, and pick and choose, and then I'll leave it like how I'm able to do it on Facebook like that is like I'll watch it through, and then I'll go back to the part that I like, that I want to use out of that, and then just use my history, right, on my YouTube history to pull up those videos, and I'll line them up in my history and stuff. If you're wondering how I'm able to kind of do that and watch what I want to watch, I'm just using my history in YouTube. Which sucks, like certain videos, like, yeah, I don't know, like there's not so much that there's not a timestamp, it's just maybe it's so short that it will start at the beginning every time, so. There's a lot of different ways you can do it. I kind of like doing this whole thing because like I'm not so much, and I don't have so much control over what you're seeing, so you get a more of a genuine reaction from me, which I think probably will, I don't know, maybe people might like a little bit more rather than a whole scripted dealio. I'm just not into that whole scripted thing. I want to be more genuine. Be able to, I don't know if you get what I'm saying, but, is it a Starlink commercial? I bet you that's what got me, why I'm not able to stream today. I bet that Starlink commercial came on while I was at the store buying cigarettes last night.
It seems like a crazy decision. The Ukraine's forces fell back north of Prokop.
Okay, let's not get into it. Ukraine thing, I'll do that as a separate video later, because there's just so much to unpack every day. Okay, let's see what Jeremy's got to say about it.
Well, we often talk about the left eating their own, and unfortunately, right now, given there is a weird power struggle or lack of news or whatever the case is, there's plenty on the right right now that are eating their own. But it's important to try to stay out of this stuff. Even I get sucked in every once in a while. I don't have a perfect record of not getting sucked into infighting and drama, but it is funny when it happens to the left, when it's the left policing each other. Here we have a woke professor who was literally reciting a quote, and unfortunately for her, she was in a room full of other woke
It's a lot funnier watching their shit because their ideals and all that shit are just so far out there.
It's
It's
time for
like,
her
oh my
life
god.
to be completely ruined.
Who the fuck even thinks like
it was
this?
all caught on,
I'm sorry, I'm a normie,
hilariously
so, I'm just
on tape for all of us to enjoy. So here we have Hunter University. Professor makes racist claims. Outrage after Hunter college professor caught on hot mic making abhorrent comments about race. But this story is a little more complex than they want you to believe. They want you to believe that this woman is just, othered now. She needs to be fired, needs to have her life ruined, needs to have all this stuff gone. Here are the comments, and admittedly, they sound a little spicy.
we like spicy though. We like
without
spicy.
PAS, there wouldn't be a PSA for me. Another
That's
important
from some big ass Zoom call or
for
something.
me is our speech program. I've been receiving speech services since first grade.
So this is a kid, I think a young black student, if I remember correctly.
I attend Mr. Bowman and 2 other students on Friday. He delivers lessons and helps us fit those skills into our lessons. This helps
They're
us
just
work
they're
best
too
with
dumb
our
to know they're in a bad school.
Nah, they're just too dumb to know they're in a bad school. First, we have Noah O hitting the O face here. Let's actually zoom out so we can break down all of her coworkers that decided it was time to have her life ruined. And again, there's more to the story, so stay tuned.
I mean,
look at that. Oh my God. Here's this person. Oh, heavens to Betsy.
Apparently Martin Luther King said it. Like, if you train a black person well enough, they'll know to use the back. You don't have to tell them anymore. They just
Allison Friedman, what you're saying is absolutely hearable here. You gotta stop.
Oh, whatever, dude. There's the one chick up in the car too.
We'll get to that because these people, you notice the white people are the ones reacting, and the women. The black dude's just chilling. This other black chick here, chilling. But let's just play the full context of it.
They're too dumb to know they're in bad school. I mean, fuck. Apparently Martin Luther King said it. Like, if you train a black person well enough, they'll know to use the back. You don't have to tell them anymore. They just
Allison Friedman. Now, she is quoting another black person, but this woman here, look at her face, just absolutely having a complete meltdown. This is time, it's time to ruin this woman's life now. That's what they've all decided. She's gone too far.
Freeman, what you're saying is absolutely
Who's
hearable
Freeman?
here.
Who's
You
Freeman?
gotta
Who's
stop.
Freeman in this anyway?
Look at this one at the top. Oh my God, I've never heard anything. You mean a quote from a black guy about oppression?
Right. Yeah, I know exactly. Oh, that's who they blurred out was.
And they muted it.
Oh, because she's under it. Okay, I get it.
Now, a New York City professor sparked outrage after being caught on a hot mic making abhorrent remarks about black students. Hunter College Associate Professor Allison Friedman virtually joined a community educational council meeting earlier this month to discuss moron Zoran Mamdani's pitch to close or relocate some public schools. Well, of course, I mean, he's got to defund the police, he's got to close public schools, because who else is going to pay for all those fancy outfits for his dumb wife?
You are.
Hunter College Associate Professor, as a black 8th grade student, spoke up about her love for her teachers and her disappointment at the prospect of her school shutting down.
Yeah, I mean,
Freeman inadvertently.
It's really hard. Like, I remember it's really hard to find a school where you have to
in a
like the
bad
teachers.
school.
And
If you train a black person well enough, they'll know to use the back. You don't have to tell them anymore. And again, that is a famous quote.
Yeah, it is a famous
like,
quote.
I'm not talking.
If you train a black
This
person.
is not her.
Who said that anyway? Was it Jesse Jackson?
In fact,
I think it might have been Jesse
her
Jackson.
mention of the back appeared to be in response to an earlier.
It was around that time when he was
from renowned
still.
African American historian Carter G. Woodson. If you make a man think he is that he is justly outcast, you do not have to order him to use the back door.
He will do
go
it without being told. I'm very
closures could affect 3.
I think that was Jesse Jackson. It was either Jesse Jackson or
concerns
Martin
over the
Luther. I can't
unnecessary
remember.
disruptions which families gathered to debate. In the video footage of the virtual meetup, which the council uploaded this week, meeting attendees looked visibly shocked by Friedman's commentary.
Oh my God!
What you're saying is absolutely hearable here. One person said.
See, and this is the thing. This is the thing I have a problem with the left boys, especially like with school boards and shit like that.
Called Freeman's remarks abhorrent, and again,
they're just not even willing to have the conversation. If you know what I mean.
Speaking about
it's a horrible thing. It's so horrible that like
making comments or commentary
just because they think maybe somebody will be fucking offended by it.
This is what's going on.
Having real conversation, you're gonna have somebody in the crowd is going to be offended.
Particularly the white ones decided it's time to ruin this person's life.
But that doesn't mean that you stop having the conversation.
Our community members.
It's so important that we do have the conversation.
With our institutional identity,
it's so fucking, it's fucked up.
We stand firm in our enduring commitment to sustain an inclusive educational environment that is free of discrimination of any kind, in which people of all identities will come to feel welcome and thrive. Again, I feel like I have to keep reminding people, this is not.
That's where I have the problem with these leptoid libtards, bro.
This is her quoting another black person.
Is it? They will stop the conversation and cut you off just because they think maybe somebody might be offended.
Place, especially in civic discourse.
Somebody's always going to be offended by what you say. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what you're talking about, even if it's just, opening a door for a woman. There's going to be one out of those couple of, probably more like 3 out of those 10 women you open the door for. They're going to be offended that you actually open the door for them.
Victimhood points. Why wouldn't you take advantage of them? I understand.
And it's just that simple, even though you're just genuinely trying to
during the meeting. There's absolutely no place for this type of language in any space, and certainly not in a forum centered around children and their education.
3 of those women that you open the door for are going to fucking call you misogynistic and part of the patriarchy and fucking everything other name they can think of just because you opened the door.
Did not even realize her microphone was still on at the time. Of course. That's exactly what happened, but these people don't care.
It is what it is, I guess. I don't know.
By the way,
I don't get it.
Rita Joseph said, to speak to a deeper and enduring issue within our city, the New York public system, systemic racism that continues to show up.
And they're more, and it really comes down to they're more offended that you're not some trans dude.
In the book, according to the New York City public schools,
trans women or men,
just under 20% of the students identify as black. I don't know how you identify.
It doesn't matter what you
identify black or you're not black.
The fact still remains. The science still remains that you are a man.
Many districts impacted by the pending mergers, closures, blah, blah, blah. In an email team
That's funny how the left says, oh, you're ignoring science. What science?
The concept of systemic racism.
The true science or the fucking weird shit that fucking some fucking weirdo fucking taught you in college trying to get you
The larger context
radicalized?
of her commentary was reportedly not picked up by her microphone. She seemed to be referencing something Higgins had said earlier in the meeting. Higgins
Then they hate corporations and millionaires and tech companies and all that shit. Oh, well, recording their videos saying that they hate tech companies and all that, and corporations and all that shit on the $1,200 phone that they bought from a corporation and that a tech company made by some billionaire.
These abhorrent views are not my own, nor
Make
were
that
they
make sense.
directed at any student or group.
See, I'm okay, dude.
fully
I'm
support
Gen
these
X,
courageous
dude. I'm
students.
okay, dude.
It
If we
doesn't
went back
stop
to
them from
1980,
ruining their
dude,
life.
pre-cell phones,
Like,
and
she's
you had to actually have a
literally
line,
a
no,
BLMer,
landline
okay?
and all that shit. No
and
GPS.
they're ruining her life over.
I'd be
This is
100%
literally
okay
the
with it.
quote of
That's what I love about my generation.
another
You know,
black
boomers have a
man
little bit hard time with the
talking
tech, but
about
my
essentially
generation
oppression.
doesn't.
So
Just
a black
because
person used
we
this language
started
early
out
in
without the
college,
tech
she
and then
repeated it,
ended up with the tech.
while she was
We're all
unmuted,
still
and
alive.
now she will forever
Well,
be
most of us at
racist
least.
and probably lose her job. And
Yeah,
people
probably.
don't understand
Probably.
why parents are pulling their
Probably,
kids out of
probably.
public schools. A very valid point.
Yeah, yeah.
Very valid.
I'd
point.
100% pull my.
Yeah, it sounds like she
If that was
trying
the
to
school
quote
board for
Carter
that
G.
school,
Woodson,
yeah, I would
when you
pull my
control
kid
a
out of
man's
that.
thinking, you don't have
Out
to
of that
worry
school.
about his actions. Correct.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah, it means we can go after people who oppose
She needs to be removed from
anti-whiteness.
college because she's brought her racial stereotypes and biases to class.
She was
I
quoting,
swear,
doing
white
a
people,
quote
regardless of status
from
or
like
education,
fucking, I can't
do
remember
not
if Martin Luther
evolve
King
from the
or fucking
racism
Jesse
taught to them
Jackson.
by their
That's fucking
ancestors.
so
My
dumb, dude.
ancestors didn't teach me any racism. Like, that's
So
just
what?
never happened.
I bet they think
It-
that
the whole
a white
thing
person
is
teaching
bizarre,
black civics
and like it wasn't
should be
her
outlawed and
opinion.
they should be removed or some shit like
It
that.
was again. Here's the moment when an adult interrupts us.
And I think actually, you know, if you can find like the right white person, they would probably be the best person to teach black civics.
Mike was on.
Rather, because you know
Some of what
most
she
black
says
people
is, in
are
fact,
they're going to
a
be
quote
biased
from an
about the whole
old
thing.
book from Carter G. Woodson.
You need like a
However, she
third
butchered
party
the
to
quote,
teach
using it out of
something like that.
context and preface it with an insulting remark.
Maybe go with a
So,
Hawaiian or something.
Even when
Just
these
saying, you know.
bloodthirsty lunatics, okay, even when they know that you didn't make a racist remark, they don't care about the context. They
Yeah,
still
they
want
don't
your
really
life
care.
ruined. That's why.
Yeah, it's
these
you
people
know,
must
pure and
be
simple
ignored.
cancel
I hope you
culture
enjoyed
is what
this
that
video.
is.
If you did, make sure you
That's just pure cancel culture in action. Let's see how bad CBS reports this
Bold
story.
ingredients that go as hard as you do. Vive Organic. Give it a shot.
I know who that chick is too. She's actually from Easter Island.
Everybody say, have rice games, have rice.
We begin this
Really?
afternoon in Mexico, where violence erupts after the killing of a
How old is this?
notorious
How long
cartel
did it
leader.
take him to
Over
actually,
the weekend,
you know, show the
Mexican
footage and all
forces
that shit?
killed the head of the country's
51
most
minutes, and it took them a
powerful
whole
drug
fucking
cartel, known as
24 hours
El
before they
Mencho.
even report
His
on it.
death prompted violent retaliation, forcing airlines to cancel flights out of the region. Mexican
Oh well, we
authorities
knew
say
about it like
25
fucking on YouTube
members
like
of the
15 minutes
National
later.
Guard were killed. CBS News reporter
After he
Karen
was
Law joins us now live
pronounced
from
dead or
Mexico
whatever.
City. Karen,
Funny too, like the
tell us
footage,
about
like when they left, he was
retaliation
actually
from the drug
alive.
cartel and the violence that we're seeing in Mexico.
But when the helicopter showed up in Mexico City, he was dead.
Well, Liz, you have to remember this is a group, a cartel that the Trump administration has designated as a foreign terrorist organization. They are the biggest
Yeah.
and the notorious
twitching.
most violent cartel.
I was twitching when she said Trump. That was funny.
Other
I
crimes
love
like
it.
money laundering, extortion, kidnapping,
Yeah.
human trafficking, and
Yeah.
many other things. So when it comes to retaliation, they certainly took it to a very violent level. We saw so many videos.
I'm surprised
on
you
social media where
even
there
said
were
that.
these huge plumes of black
I'm surprised.
smoke in the air.
I'm actually
As
a
we
little
know,
bit surprised.
armed cartel members set cars and buildings on fire. They also blocked more than 250 roads. All
Sure.
of this violence and chaos across the state of Jalisco, which is on the western
Right.
side of Mexico, but it still increased this security presence of police even all the way here in Mexico city. At this time, the Jalisco governor had activated a
Well.
code red or the state of emergency yesterday, and there still are some people in Mexico under that shelter in place recommendation. But for a few lucky people, we know that there are just a couple flights coming back into the U.S. going into Houston and Miami this afternoon. So thankfully, there are a few people who are able to get back home to safety in the meantime. Liz.
And Karen, the cartel leader that we're talking about that was killed over the weekend, he's been wanted for years by the U.S. Did the U.S. contribute any intel or resources to this operation?
Just intel. Just intel.
Well, it's important to note this specifically was a Mexican military operation, but the American government does frequently contribute resources and intel to Mexico when it comes to combating these cartels, and the Trump administration has previously threatened to use U.S. military resources to target these cartels as well. In the past, the State Department has long had this $15 million reward for the capture of El Mencho, and while this operation wasn't meant to kill him, was just to capture him, he did die in this process. As for what this means,
Get in a shootout, that's probably a pretty good idea.
Speak to a security expert today who said El Mencho's capture could actually improve relations between Mexico and the Trump administration, though it's yet to be seen whether in the short term this could actually create more violence as there is cartel infighting for new leadership. Whether or not there is more violence, that could be very important for people, especially Americans, who plan to come to Mexico in just the next few months for the FIFA World Cup. Liz?
Karen Wall, thank you so much.
If you have to ask why it's important to start your day early, here's your answer.
Mix and match a sausage McGriddles or a sausage McMuffin with egg. Get 2 for just $6.
Sausages. I like sausages. Oh yeah, is that it? That's all they have. Really. Wow. Well, we got Russia slammed by huge missile attack. Plane possibly shut down. Yeah. Damage control backfires amid backlash over disasters. IQ account. Yeah, that whole thing was done. Let's do a quick Explain America.
Welcome back to Explain America. This is your host, Kyle Becker. Now, the Biden administration denied it all along. What? During the 2024 campaign, there was lawfare unlike anyone had ever seen in the history of the United States. It was a grotesque spectacle. Why did I say spectacle? Spectacle! Welcome back to Explain America. This is your host, Kyle Becker. Now, the Biden administration denied it all along. But now the Trump White House has unearthed emails that suggest they knew all about it, and the grotesque lawfare that we saw during the 2024 campaign. The White House was actually behind it, and this is one of the most 100% shocking things the Trump White House has uncovered so far. Before we get into this story, please like, share, and comment at Explain America.
There's always a camera, there's always a fucking
now, the
record,
lawfare
and there's
that
always
we saw
fucking
under
a
the Biden
whistleblower.
administration was one of the most alarming things that I believe I've ever seen in American politics. In a lot of
Doesn't matter how corrupt the administration is, there's always that one person that's like, yeah, this ain't right, bro. Even though I feel this one way.
Go after partisan enemies, of course, unless they've done actual criminal wrongdoing, right? So the Trump administration now has unearthed emails that show the Biden administration knew about the FBI raid. There was coordination between the White House counsel and the FBI. So this is according to a new report. Emails obtained by Fox News from May 2020.
Nothing we didn't know,
3 months before Mar-a-Lago was raided by the FBI. Illustrated coordination between
Nothing
the
we
White
did
House
not know,
counsel office and the DOJ regarding an interview of Walter Nauta. So this is the capper to it all. We have to wonder what will happen.
Do I really care? No, not so much. Let me know when somebody gets arrested or something. Oregon collapse. Mexican troops wiped out in cartel fury after killing them. Come on, man. Doesn't matter. At times in India, like, they absolutely hate the West for some reason. I think that George Soros, I believe he owns like half of the stock in the company or whatever. It's kind of interesting. in the magazine, whatever. Processors forced to pay up. Feds demand reparations from Somali processors. Yeah, sure. That live right now. Okay, American Target. Yeah, drifting. What else should we watch here? Get Kevin Newsom blackface. Annie-Ice Karens get arrested. There's a bunch of these. Yeah, I keep seeing a bunch of these anti-ICE people. They're like wearing fake fucking preacher collars and shit, whatever preacher collars. So funny, like thinking that that's gonna make a difference. Yeah, not really. They're still gonna get arrested. I like it. We got receipts. I like your channel.
Oh, that's all you go for.
No. They get sprayed up.
How you don't care.
This 55-year-old white lady is ready to kick some ass and go to jail.
Have fun with that.
You thought you've seen the funniest anti-ICE Karen arrests? They go and make more.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Get the fuck out of here, you old man.
Was not physically harmed.
Is this the guy?
I wasn't embarrassed. I was just angry. So angry about how disgusting this whole thing is.
What, deporting illegal aliens?
Both those suckers.
That's federal law.
No, it wasn't even.
And you should know that better than anybody. You fucking, if you are a lawyer, as you claim. Come on, get the fuck out of here.
Ow! But he says he wasn't hurt. That's nice. My guess is this plus-size Waldo's looking for some new liberal clients. Getting slammed by some ICE agents is probably more effective than an ad on daytime television.
Right. Probably. Let's spray his ass too.
Alternate angle. This is actually pretty impressive. The dude just takes pepper spray to the face and seems completely unfazed. There he goes in all his ass crack glory. He almost had him.
It's getting ridiculous.
Oh, this one's good, dude.
This white SUV and this blue car swerving and speeding, trying to block this ICE agent. ICE agent here swerves as if he's gonna take the exit, and then goes right back onto the freeway, and then these two dimmies crash.
Damn, right into each other.
Instead of playing Eric Satie, this original poster should have played a waltz, because that was a beautiful dance. There's a group of the usual suspects getting arrested after attacking ICE agents.
What the fuck was that thing?
Got a lot of trans, a lot of skinny men, there's a lot of hormonal titties, some natural, a lot of fupas. Also, why does this look like the intro to a sitcom about anti-ICE Karens?
Thank you for being a friend.
Something tells me this lady's threats didn't end well.
Guys, guess what? This message is for you. Don't come to my house if you're planning on leaving alive. Crazy.
That much is clear.
Do I have all this mental rage and anger? If you come to my house, you'll actually be helping me aim it in a positive direction.
FBI.
Don't worry. No one will get hurt.
FBI.
You'll be dropped like
You can literally smell the mental illness through the TV.
DHS?
The GOP had ample opportunities
Literally,
to
you can
abolish
smell
the Second Amendment.
the mental illness through the
In
TV
the
right now.
Constitution's in the Bill of Rights. You don't abolish it, you do a constitutional amendment. I'm giving her too much credit.
So why is you working in my house couches? It's because you're turning into my hobby.
Spoiler alert,
You're
ICE
turning
did come
into
to our
my
house and she
hobby.
was immediately arrested.
Because you're turning into my hobby.
Looks like instead of shooting the ICE agents, her new hobby will be fending off trans women in prison. Oh, we got more than that.
No, give me that thing. Yeah, here's another one where you can literally smell the mental illness through the
Classic. So
TV.
you mean to tell me when these old ladies look at Trump, their first thought is, I'd hit it?
I literally feel
I guess it
dumber
makes sense
for watching
considering
that.
they're politicians.
Oh, and then there's her.
That we can all agree on. Say it with me. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's right. Fuck Trump.
That's what you're running on?
These angry Karens definitely think a lot about effing Trump. Their words, not mine. I just took her phone.
You cannot. Oh, that's how you go for that's good.
Yeah.
Stop that shit! Hey! You need to get off of her right now!
No, they don't do it. They don't have to. You harass fucking federal agents, dude. You deserve to get thrown on the fucking ground.
There she goes.
And go.
Call 911! Someone call 911!
Call 911 on the police. Genius.
Someone call the police!
For what?
That is assault! That is kidnapping of her phone!
His jacket literally says
Kidnapping of her phone?
Your local department.
Actually, they call that
Someone didn't say
seizing
civics lesson.
a phone. And I'm sure he threw it out in the fucking snow after that. So. Don't touch her. Don't touch her.
Oh.
Go fuck yourself.
You could hear them scream after that.
Ooh. He's out. Squirt. Squirt. Squirt.
You get out of here!
Oh, I love it.
It takes a second for the pepper spray to hit, and then once it hits, game over. Going on here.
This isn't where I live.
Don't care.
Okay, so she was following ICE agents, and sometimes they take the person, they go to their house, the person that's following them, to try and get them to stop.
That's fine. But this isn't where I live. No.
Do your parents still pay all your bills?
If my parents paid all my bills.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's the
This
case.
isn't where I live.
Okay, Olivia, we appreciate it.
You can go talk to them.
Well,
This isn't where I live.
So if this is not where your vehicle's registered, you might want to look that up with their state.
It is, buddy. My address is correct on my ID and where my car is registered. Good try, though.
All right. Thanks, Olivia.
Do you feel strong or what?
Knows her name.
We're good. Have a great day, okay?
I'll keep following you, okay?
Oh, no, she doesn't care. I'm sorry, no, come on. She doesn't care? She doesn't care. They never do.
How's it feel to be
They
a
never
race
do.
trader?
You know, we were trying to get a child molester, right?
No, you weren't.
Yes, we were.
How would you know?
Because it was a woman you talked to.
His wife?
And then
His
his plate,
misintelligent.
his plate came back as murder.
I was going to say, calling someone a race trader,
But you guys don't care.
I hope you realize that is the most racist thing you can say as
Right.
a white woman.
Of course.
As a white woman.
So you
Yeah.
know,
Of course, she's a white lady.
this is a good look for you.
You don't think I care about my look?
No, oh no, trust me.
When you guys
It
are-
is
We are. It's apparently obvious that you
We
don't.
get that. Trust me. No, that's all I'm saying. I'm just saying this. Trying to be a social warrior. If you actually cared, you probably would care about the child who got, and also the person who got murdered by the person that we were looking for. But see, you don't care.
No, I don't care because you guys
Thank
tried.
you.
She admits it. No.
Yeah, she's out. No, I
You
don't
just
care.
try to detain legal immigrants. None of you actually give a shit. If you were here to get illegal, violent immigrants off the street, that would be fine. That's not what you're doing.
It's not. No, hold on. It's okay. She
You
says
need to
it's
back
not.
up.
It's not.
It's not what you're doing.
Just so you know, if you were to spray that, you would be arrested.
That's fine.
Okay.
Don't come close to
Well,
me.
we're gonna
So it sounds like she's threatening them with pepper spray.
Yeah.
Stop following
Yeah,
us.
that is 100%. That would have been federal
You
assault.
don't want us. You don't want us to come close to you, but you keep riding our tail.
I have given you plenty of distance the entire time.
Okay. Just so you know, if you do impede, I want you to hear this.
Me following you is not impeding. I'm well aware of my rights,
If you
buddy.
impede, you will be
If you tip off the people
I'm just letting you know.
that you're that they're trying to arrest, that is impeding an investigation and obstruction of justice.
My look.
Her voice starts like quivering.
No, trust me.
When you guys
it
are-
is evident by how you look, you don't care. We get that. Trust me. No, that's all I'm
ICE Agent Comeback of the Year award
Right.
so far. This idiotic lady got completely wrecked and was so stupid as to upload it, thinking that the internet would think that she looks good in this. A bunch of crazy Karens in Minneapolis surround ICE agents while they're trying to arrest a man who was caught with about 60 pounds
Of meth,
on
yeah.
this person.
Yeah, the kid, he was a kid, but you know.
Once they pan out, you can see
He
his
still had
eyes.
60
Oh,
pounds of
yeah.
meth in his fucking backpack.
People are trying to interfere with the arrest. There's the bag right
Yeah.
there. You can see that bag on the side there. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Maybe that's why I finally get it. That's why they're interfering with all these arrests, because ICE is cutting off their supply.
They're cutting off their drug supply, 100%. Oh my god, it's so
So a boy with 60 pounds of meth. And a little boy, ma'am. Some people from south of the equator are quite a bit.
Yo, they
shorter
use
than
100%
here.
use children as drug runners. Always have.
Chicken Al Pastor is back. That's your
Why don't people in America understand that they actually literally use children as drug
Big
runners?
trucks can cause big wrecks, and then the insurance company can try to strong arm you into taking a small check. I'm Lloyd Baker, and I am Nevada's big truck attorney.
Big truck
The strength of Lloyd Baker Injury Attorneys. Baker wins.
Can a personal loan unlock your ambitions? Oh, yeah. Consolidate bad debt and save money for...
I moved
Is that
here
my
today,
phone?
and your car will be here in 5.
Perfect.
Look at this little beauty I found in the garden.
Nice snake, Chris.
Hey, whoa, what is that?
Oh, and your Alexa Plus.
I bet you this ad was the one that came on
Your
there.
average American.
Got
No
me,
disrespect, just the truth.
What is the best country in the world?
Mexico, definitely for sure Mexico.
Mexico?
Really?
So what do you think people don't want to
It doesn't seem like it here fucking yesterday and
To be
today.
here and, we all want people to come in the right way as well, but, things are better over
You
here.
know,
And they're gonna-
the amount of people that they're deporting out of Mexico right now is like super fucking crazy, dude.
Mexico's the best country in the world.
It is, but I think that,
But we don't want to go.
I'm sorry, I got nervous.
Oh my god.
I think that Mexico is the best country in the world, yes.
This is why you shouldn't like interview like
But if we can come over here,
people that are
where,
like
there's more possibilities of happening.
haven't
we can.
graduated high school and shit like that. They're just gonna, yeah.
For sure.
We can.
So if
It
Mexicans
turns
can
into
go
like
to
the
Mexico, then
previous
it's not
shit.
so bad, right? Because they're going back to the best country in the world.
You can say that, but if there's more opportunity over here, then we're gonna take it.
All right, thank you.
Wait, so then
And
you
there
don't
it is.
mind if anyone gets deported.
What are we out here
There it
protesting?
is, right there.
We're out here protesting women's rights right now. Women's rights.
Wait, she's protesting women's rights?
Okay, so what about women's rights? Rights, like women's rights to like. I don't know what to say.
We'll give you a minute. We'll give you a minute.
You don't know
Think
what
about
you're
it.
protesting? I do know what I'm protesting.
We'll give you a minute.
Okay, so tell me. Women's rights, like the right to vote and stuff, like the right to have like.
You already have the right to
What
vote.
you say you don't
Like the rights to have like rights.
have the right to vote.
All right. I'm like, right.
Thank you. You do. Okay. All right. So what next? Like.
Like the right to stick ballpoint pens in your hair and wear Tommy Bahama to school.
Okay, so like if you don't know what you're like protesting, would you say it's
Tommy Bahama shirts are very expensive.
like you wouldn't have to be out here? Also come here for support.
Classic. Gotta hang out with your buddies and look like idiots together.
Wanna hang out?
Get off me. What are you doing? Back up, back up, back up. Hate has no home here. No, that's just all. No. This is a
She's
full
just
sidewalk.
fucking with the fucking.
Yeah, so I'm allowed to be here as much as you are.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Wanna hang out?
Get off me. What are you doing?
Sure,
Back
why
up,
not?
back up,
Let's
back
get a
up.
cocktail.
Personal
The frisky
Have a,
Karen.
have a.
space. Come on
Yeah,
now.
she's very frisky.
Oh my God, she's bumping into me.
Wow.
She's
Spicy.
bumping into me right now.
That completely sucks.
You gotta be a little less violent, man.
That your mind is so small.
You gotta be a little. Why are you saying it's small? Because I disagree with you? No. I used to be on your side until I realized how freaking crazy the left became.
Yeah. Right.
You guys think.
And I was too
women
in the
can be men.
90s and
You
early
wanna
2000s.
work
Yeah, I
babies
was
up to
one
9 months for any
I
reason
was, yeah,
whatsoever.
until I figured out, okay, well, these people actually are fucking
What is she
insane.
doing? It looked like she was trying to get a date with him earlier, bumping into him like that and saying you want to hang out, but I don't know if that's going to convince him to hang out, proving that she's a spitter, not a swallower.
Do you want to say anything?
She actually said that. I know.
need you. You're part of our community and our world. This is such bullshit. This 55-year-old white lady is ready to kick some ass and go to jail. This is not right. We're tearing people apart. These people are Nazis. Nazis, all of them.
Trying not to fucking
They're
just
going to
laugh.
burn in hell. They think this is over. We'll find them. We will hunt them. They will not own a house.
No, you won't.
They will not own a car. They will have no assets after this. Nothing.
Thank you so
Boy,
much
they-
for all the support.
The leftoids like really like think that they're like
Best part
some
is her
really big
embarrassed
movement or
daughter
something
in
like
the
that. It's
front
kind of
seat.
it's
Something
kind of
tells me
fucking
this
weird.
lady's crying this hard because she recently lost her
It's like
mother.
it's just like
We need you.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
Because she's
and I'll
a-
catch you on the next one. Be sick it that I show entitled
Yeah.
liberal protesters
Okay,
and
Grandma.
crazy parents getting straight check, or I say naughty things about unnamed events. The 2020 election, my videos get flagged, and YouTube takes all my revenue. If you would like me to keep exposing these idiots while staying fully independent, consider supporting me for just $5 a month on Buy Me a Coffee.
No, but I'll give you a
Links in the
thumbs up.
pinned comment and description. And thanks.
Oh wow, she already has, what is it, 16 hours? Like, she already has 4.3 million people already viewed it.
Change.
Damn.
Like changing.
She's like moving up like quick too. Just because her compilations are really good.
We're turning AI promise into.
She doesn't really upload that much, like maybe twice a week, maybe.
Feels more human.
Well, I mean, it'd probably really come down. Yeah, fuck the Guthrie thing already. You know that lady's dead. It's sad. There's the whole thing, you know, and that, you know, at the beginning, like they had talked about, like if she didn't get her medication, like in, you know, 24 to 72 hour period, she was probably gonna die. It's been 3 weeks now. What really happened? Who knows, man? I mean, it could have even been the cartels that tried to kidnap her or whatever. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? They're getting real desperate on the border, so. They're where they're like breaking in people's houses and robbing them and stuff because they can't get the drugs and people and all that shit through it. So that whole part of their business is like shut down, especially in like Arizona and New Mexico, parts of Texas. There's still, I guarantee you, in southern Texas, there's still shit coming through. Guarantee. Shutdown blows up in dem spaces. They're melting down over the new TSA. What happened with
Welcome back to Explain America. This is your host, Kyle Becker. Now, the Democrats are shutting down the government.
They still haven't voted?
Just recovered
Really?
from a shutdown, except
Oh yeah, they're blaming it on the snow or
feel
something.
any
Oh
impact
yeah,
on it
we're not gonna
whatsoever.
vote 'cause
It's almost
too
like
snowy
most
for
of the
everybody
government
to
is
get
useless and
there.
just taking our money for almost no reason whatsoever. That's just the way I feel about it. I don't know about you.
I remember
but
the
Democrats
Republicans are showing up
playing
every day to
politics
fucking
with
vote,
the
but
shutdown
all the
and
Dems aren't
it's
showing up to
not
vote.
Very
So.
favorable towards them. They are
Again.
agitating people
Again.
and not just voters.
That's how the
And
shut
that
down
is
of the government fucking
including
goes is
people
when
who
they
are being
refuse to
directly
vote
affected
on
by
the issue.
shutdown.
And the
They're not
Democrats
happy
are the
about
ones
it, and
refusing
they're
to vote
fighting
on it.
back against radical Democrats who are once again
This is not a
trying
Republican
to throw our
shutdown.
country
This
into
is
chaos for
100%
no
a Democrat
appreciable
shutdown.
reason whatsoever.
Just like
But
the last
before we
one.
get into the story, please like, share, and comment at Explain America.
And they
Join
know
us.
already
We
that
appreciate
that
your
many
support for
Democrats
common-sense
have
journalism.
switched sides
Now,
on the
there
issue.
is a somewhat hilarious
I mean, come on,
twist
dude.
to the Democrats' recent
The total
drive to
average, the
shut
total
government
between
down again
the
and
whatever
blame
the
Donald Trump
whatever
ahead of the midterms, while the polling is not showing that the
89%?
American people are buying it. That
87%
much.
of
That's because the
his
reason they
average
are
between
doing
the
it,
Democrats and the
purportedly, is
Republicans
because
that,
of ICE deportation operations.
that want voter
But
ID.
here's the thing: ICE is already
The whole
funded
country
through the One
wants
Big
voter
Beautiful
ID.
bill,
Pretty much.
and therefore they're just going to be shutting down the TSA and FEMA and a lot
There's
of
like
other
94% of
disaster
Republicans
agencies,
and
lowering their funding and
72
hindering
or
their ability to
76% of
respond
Democrats
to crises and
nationwide
threats.
want voter ID.
So this is just another case
Per
of
CNN,
the
of all places.
Democrats playing politics with our country's security, and it's not really being handled very well within the TSA.
That's
for
just one of those
example,
common sense
because
issues, you know
instead
what
of
I mean?
suspending pre-check, TSA has suspended escorts for members of Congress. Those are the people that take them through the security lines, and so they don't have to stand in line. But the radical Democrats, they're now forced to wait in line with everybody else. Now, it's almost like they're a part of the American people and not above it. Wow, what a quaint thought. It's almost like something our founding fathers thought way back when they founded the country because, well, Congress, they didn't have these major perks. They didn't have insider trading. They didn't have all of these goodies that seem to happen to radical Democrats when they get in office, right? Ilhan Omar, right? AOC, right? All of you Democrats who continue to play politics and yet make millions and millions of dollars mysteriously once you get into office.
Some people still
and
can't
you can
figure
check
out
it
that
for yourself.
when the bus
There are
stops
plenty of
and that big
Democrats who
stop
decry
sign
wealth
comes out,
inequality,
that
who
you stop your
are
car.
worth millions of dollars after going into so-called public service. There are plenty of them who cry about climate change and act like the apocalypse is coming if we don't turn down our
And really, you should just
but
slow
yet
down
they
around
jet
the school
set
buses
around
anyway.
on private planes and they go to these so-called climate conferences. I think these limousine liberals are full of it. I mean, if
Yeah,
we were going to
limousine
have
liberals,
rising
I love it.
tides, you
That's
wouldn't
a
be
good- that's a
buying
good term.
beachfront property. would
I gotta
you?
remember that one.
And
Huh?
yet
I'll
that
use
is
that
what
in some of
many
my
of them
posts.
have done.
Limousine
Joe
liberals.
Biden, I mean,
Love
he's
it.
in
I love it.
Rehoboth Beach, Delaware.
We're at 2 hours now.
You can't make this stuff up. I think that they're a bunch of hypocrites.
Sure.
And so now they're facing some backlash for their bad policies, and I love it. I hope the TSA
Yeah, so do I.
makes them stand in line for an hour and a half like everyone else, and that would be just a little bit of comeuppance for these Democratic grandstanders. But wait with your own thoughts about this story. We always
See, and the thing too,
you
okay, so yeah,
watching
you know, they got
and weighing
busted.
in
They were
and
using
tuning
private
in.
planes and shit like that to fly around. And by law, they're used to use, they're supposed to use whatever, your regular airlines and shit like that to travel around the country.
Once monthly Sublocade may help you move forward.
So yeah, so now they got to go through TSA and shit like that, right? So and then with TSA partially shut down.
Been wanting to corner all day, fella. Unicorn now.
I'm a unicorn now.
Get canceled.
Oh my god, I have a problem with Disney adults in the first place. You know, if you don't know what Disney is, they're the ones that are like they still collect all the shit. They go a couple times a year to Disneyland and shit like that. They're like totally, I don't know. Texas man arrested by police. Town hall raided for illegal gambling. That's fun. Neato. Contrasting emotions. Team USA fans erupt as Canada fans leave dejected after gold medal. Yes, check it out. What's it? So some Americans were like anti-Team America, I guess. Go Team America! Fuck yeah! We may have to actually even put that on. A little bit later.
Yeah, Joy.
I haven't seen that movie for a very long time. Super racist. It's so Team America World Police was the South Park creators before South Park. That was their big thing that they put out. And they actually or maybe South Park had just started. It was like new at the time. But I remember there was like a big South Park ad in the
It's just absolute joy. There's nothing like
the-
seeing just the
at
best
the beginning of the
players
movie where they
in
do the
league on
previews and
both
shit like that
teams.
for the
It's
new
every-
season or
Every
whatever.
guy you see skate by, oh yeah, he's the best player on his team. He's the best player on his team.
Yeah, but the two
He's
creators
the
of
best in the
South
world
Park
go
actually
at it.
made
And then,
Team
obviously,
America
it's
World
great
Police.
coming out on top, but just a great game, and you just knew it was going to come down to overtime. You knew it was going to come down to these two teams, so it was just absolute pleasure to be here, and I'm just glad we got to witness it with our own eyes. So.
I may have to watch that game a little bit later because it looked like it probably was pretty good. I wasn't watching. I've always been a Red Wings fan myself, as far as hockey goes. This is one of the few sports that I actually paid attention to over the years. Football, I'm kind of in and out. I'm like, you know, you can kind of tell that most of that shit's set up anyway.
Most of the game, and you know things happen, and you get lucky too. But it was a great game all in all.
We get a little tear eyed. It's an emotional moment.
All I know is I heard there was like tons of fights. Like the same thing that happened with the last time we played Team USA played Team Canada. That was back at the beginning of last year. Or maybe right at the end. Fucking dude, it just turned into a big free-for-all brawl. There was like 6 fights in the first 25 seconds or something. 45 seconds, I forget. That shit was crazy.
Your heart just sinks a little bit. Like you said, it was pretty.
But we whipped the fucking snot out of them the last time. You didn't think it was gonna happen again?
Game, but you know it's
Come on.
sudden death, and then we just suddenly died in that moment. So your heart just kind of sinks a little bit. I remember putting my head in my hand, so I missed the whole USA celly. I just needed a second to process, and when I looked up, I was like, oh crap, that really happened. Okay.
No. The Canadians were kind of sad, weren't they?
Well, disappointed. I think probably most Canada fans are. A lot of us probably feel like we should have won that game, but ultimately, I mean, Hellebuyck played great. He put up a show, and yeah, Canada played really hard. Ultimately, do I think that it's still our sport? The answer is yes.
Yeah. Drama of it all, right? Yeah, whatever. Come on. Moving on. Mr. Headprint calls him on over again. Deep shit after calling black person what you never called them. I would imagine. That's a video stream. Even though I was okay, let's see that.
I don't know if an episode has ever made me more furious than this one. Welcome to China Uncensored, I'm Chris Chappell. This is going to be a really dark and disturbing episode, the kind the CCP doesn't want you to see. So, let's start with some good news, how about? Last week, I launched Operation Honeypot 2, Electric Boogaloo. To keep China Uncensored going, I still need at least 1,600 people to head over to ChinaUncensored.tv and subscribe. And I want to thank all the China Uncensored viewers who have heeded my call to join my 50 Cent Army so far. Some of you are like Philippines Waterfalls and Ben Hoover, who joined because they understand the threat of the CCP and appreciate how China Uncensored keeps them ahead of the curve. Or like Higgs, who joined for the first time after watching my content for 10 years. And some of you are like that Tweedle, who just wants an amazing coffee mug. Remember, that only goes for the first 200 people who join with a new annual premium plan.
No, that's expensive,
We're
dude.
almost out of these limited edition Made in America mugs, so if you want one, act now. I'll have a special update about Operation Honeypot at the end of the show, so be sure to stick around. Anyways, to hear pro-CCP shills on social media tell it, China is a medical paradise, so advanced that it puts the rest of the world to shame. Well, it does something to the rest of the world, that's for sure. I mean, look at all this technology. You can definitely trust China to look after your health, especially if you're a Falun Gong practitioner or Uyghur with a healthy set of organs. But contrary to what flashy Chinese videos may have you believe, China's healthcare system
You don't know
is
what the Uyghurs are? The Uyghurs are the very small population of Muslims.
And fake medicine.
It really kind of
Not to mention tons of cover-up
the Pakistani
scandals
Nepal
and
border.
overprescription. Basically,
Basically,
if Halloween
they-
2
they-
took place in a Chinese hospital,
If they catch you like
Michael Myers would
practicing
be
your
like,
religion, they'll
oh
arrest
man, they
you,
already
throw you in a
killed everybody
re-education
here.
camp, and really
Then there's China's mental health
they'll
industry.
euthanize you and steal your
It's absolutely terrifying.
organs.
In the CCP's China, psychiatric treatment
If you're
is
healthy
used to
enough.
silence Chinese critics who have
Otherwise, they just
anti-government
torture you to
views.
death, basically, or
But it
work
turns
you to
out
death.
you don't have to
in a, like, a
stand
work
against
camp
China's
type of
government to
setting.
end up in a mental hospital. You could just be
But that's your
poor.
communist utopia, right?
Earlier this month, Chinese investigative journalist Han Futao exposed a massive insurance fraud scheme at psychiatric hospitals in Hubei province involving fake mental health diagnoses, treatments, and discharges.
Han's still doing his thing?
All so
I
that
thought
the
they had
hospitals
detained him or
could
some shit like
collect
that.
money from the government
Maybe
for
he was
taking
able to
care
get out
of
or
their
whatever.
patients, which is insane. Is that insensitive to say discussing this topic? I'll try to be more sensitive and just call it good.
Okay, you already lost me. Like never before. All right, sure, why not? Do a little bit of
It's
comedy.
more than an SUV. It's your Chevy Equinox EV, going further on a full charge.
I'm fucking tired today for some reason. I don't get it. I smoke weed. Oh, you know what I should do? Is clean the ball. Just get this thing tore apart. Let's see. Is that gonna even come out of there? Looks like I got me another bowl.
Who's booing?
I don't know if I'm
Do you
gonna be able
wanna
to get
say
that stem out
something?
though.
I'm actually a professional racist. I could keep talking to you.
There's a big ass
curious if
fucking
you wanna
chunk of hash
record
in
that,
that
but I feel like you're
motherfucker.
really
Whose
gonna like
size
my
is that
joke
fucking
about
thing?
trans people next, so maybe we just go to that. I'm deciding if I use my 2 minutes to explore this woman in the corner. Ma'am, is there anything you'd like to say before I close for the night? What are your pronouns?
But no, I actually want to understand, like, do you want to share anything about what upset you, about what I said?
Definitely want to get that out of there.
You being offended doesn't make you right. I want to make people laugh
true.
and make them happy, and you want everyone to use pronouns.
I should clean that up.
Do you think it's
The mouthpiece
untrue?
for sure.
Or just unfunny? Can you name one thing I said that was untrue? I'm gonna have to go in a second, but maybe I'm not gonna abort this. You like abortion, but I don't. I'm gonna stay here with you. We're gonna ride this out.
What's the torch?
You're saying I can't speak for all black people as you are currently speaking for all black people. Do you know how to spell my first name? It's actually Aryenne, and that is a black girl spelling. So I can say whatever I want. I'm Anna Wexler. I'd be happy to chat with you after. Thank you all so much.
Wow, Erin Wexler. She's going super viral now all over the place. And I love it. Make sure you go check him out. Link in the description. Let's go.
Assalamu alaikum, New York City. Wow. How does this room feel about Mom Donning? Yeah. Oh.
Like mostly New York does.
Talks. I describe it as it's Islamabonics.
It's a lie. It says Islamobomics.
Is the way people talk when they want to live in the high-rise luxury buildings that they also want to fly planes into. You know?
I didn't even get warm.
Oh, this joke is wild.
Our country needs to bring bullying back. Okay, hear me out. None of this.
You're hurting me!
None of these crybabies. None of these freaks. None of this would be happening across our country if any of them had had a healthy dose of bullying growing up. If any of them had been told no once in their life. So bring it back, save America.
Bring back bullying to save America. That sounds great to me.
Now, you might not be able to tell from looking at me, but I am also a political refugee.
What?
I escaped from the People's Republic of New York. Think we have some New Yorkers in here? Woo! Yeah, you know that gay Muslim they're all obsessed with up there? Barack Obama.
Man, you can tell she's gonna get very famous very soon.
Welcome to another day in my life as a conservative woman trying to raise a liberal dog. You might remember him from my video on how to talk to your dog about gun safety. Oh, I tried raising him right. I traced the problem back to when I started using these steps with him as a puppy. He now refuses to get in the car without them. Welfare state. He hates fences. Thinks we should take them off. Is one giant nap for him. He doesn't understand that it takes hard work. He thinks money just grows on trees. Food, well, he relies on me for everything. Definitely agrees with handouts. Was hoping the move from New York to Florida would red pill him. Instead, he got his balls chopped off. He still isn't a girl, but he definitely is a low-T soy beta. He is also part of the very controversial movement, Black Lives Matter. Keep trying to explain
Black
to him
Lives
that
Matter.
all lives matter. And I try to teach him good lessons, but he doesn't want to hear them. Even with all that, I'll love him anyways.
Okay, that was funny.
I was horrified when I found out recently about all the stuff that we buy here that says made in America. It is not made in America. How much of it is made in China? Not just in China. It's being made in China by child slaves, right? I'm horrified. I'm America first. I want it to be made by an American kid, you know? This is how we get the kids off their phones. We have them make the phones.
Our jokes are great. This is exactly my kind of comedy.
So I'm here in Washington, D.C. Sorry. And I'm going to give you a real walking tour. Behind me is America's most luxurious nursing home, also known as the U.S. Senate. Oh, and just around the corner is where our first gay president, Barack Obama, once lived. Standing in front of America's oldest house of prostitution.
The U.S. Capitol.
It's also the government's largest welfare program. I thought I just heard a huck, but I realized it was just a politician with their big pharma lobbyist.
She's absolutely hilarious. How does he come up with our jokes?
If these Minnesota daycare centers aren't fraudulent, then where are all the parents complaining that they just lost their childcare?
Your logic makes no sense.
I invited to meet one of my liberal friends in New York City. Good morning.
I can't believe you're wearing that hat.
You mean my moral superiority hat?
Did you wear
My
that?
moral superiority, yeah?
Yes.
Oh,
Why don't you try it on for a second?
never.
Never. Come on, just put it on.
I don't know you.
At this point, you know
I
me.
just can't believe you actually wore it.
Wait, but you live around the corner. Yeah, you live there. We live there, but why are we standing here?
I just don't want my doorman to see you.
I just don't want my doorman
He's
to
wearing
see
New Agati, New York. You like living dangerously.
I actually think this is an amazing moment for the Muslim community in America. I think they could really put their best foot
Oh, I'm glad I put this on, dude. This chick is fucking funny as shit.
with some people on the right. I mean, you all know what happened, right?
I'm a big Leonardo Johnny fucking fan, so.
Everyone, no matter what
You
side
don't
you're
give a
on,
fuck.
everyone has a very strong opinion.
I love them
about
girls
what
from Brooklyn.
happened,
I always
right?
have.
This is untrue. I'm sorry for bringing that up. I know that's really controversial. Back to the heartwarming topic of civil unrest in Minnesota. If Renee Good, the woman who was driving the car, right, and she got shot, if she had just been Muslim, or if we actually allowed Islam to expand in Minnesota, she wouldn't have been driving at all.
I think ICE is doing pretty good in Minnesota.
And that would have saved a lot of people right now, right?
You gotta agree that would have solved the problem.
We need to stop using the language of the left. Take the word trans, for example. I will not say trans. I substitute it with the word fake. So if someone's talking about a trans woman, I will say, oh, you mean a fake woman? Or common sense gun control. That's actually a constitutional infringement, also known as tyranny. And I will not say gender affirming care. That's genital mutilation. Oh, and it's not a migrant crisis. It's an illegal alien invasion. And instead of calling people progressive, let's call them what they really are, retarded.
You just gotta call things for what they are.
That was a mic drop right
Amazing
there.
headline
Sure.
that said trans athlete makes Olympic history. So you might be thinking, oh, it's another man competing in women's sports. You would be wrong. You might think, oh, it's a woman finally competing in the men's division. You would also be wrong. It's a woman that identifies as a man, but because she hasn't done the surgeries, the hormones, anything, she's still competing in the women's division. So this woman made history by being like, I'm not like the other girls, and then literally being exactly like every other girl and competing in the women's division. I mean, that is like peak female energy to call that kind of attention. I will give her credit, like to do all of that to make like all the articles use the pronouns, everything, and still compete with the women. That takes balls.
That takes balls.
She's just calling out all of the BS on the left. And I don't see.
Feminists have replaced patriarchy with an even worse patriarchy. They said they wanted equal rights. No. Actually, they wanted women to be the same as men. And they wanted us all to do the same things when we aren't actually meant to be the same. And so now that men and women aren't the same, that means that men can replace women. Liberal women always talk about inclusivity and people's feelings and smashing the patriarchy. But all they're doing is getting women's faces literally smashed in. And just the greatest irony is when you don't distinguish between
dirty.
men and women, and you don't
But
give
true.
women their own space. The men dominate. The men are number one. The men win all the gold medals. So just in pretending we aren't different at all, we have just downgraded women in society to below men. How can you call yourself a feminist and support this?
Preach, sister, preach. That's just common sense to me.
Happened in Minnesota this week could not be a better example of one of the biggest dangers that we're dealing with in America right now. If you don't know what happened, the woman was in her car. There are all these ICE agents in Minnesota. They asked her to get out of the car. She would not comply. She started driving, and then she drove basically into one of these ICE agents, and he shot her. And this obviously reflects one of the biggest dangers to society right now, which is female drivers.
Okay, I was not expecting that.
I'm thankful. I'm thankful to my parents for this very unique name because it definitely helped me get my job in finance right at school. Like you just know that recruiter was looking at that pile of resumes and they saw my first name and they thought, ooh, perfect, DEI hire. And then they saw my last name and knew I could actually do the job. So. The why there also, sometimes people think it's like
Branding by, what branding to me, I don't want to end up breaking it.
Ari and Wexler, like my
Loosen up the stand so I can get that big ass chunk of hashes in there.
You can tell she's having fun with her name. Very unique name.
So
I mean, there's a chunk of hash like
aviation
that
accidents
big
with
in that
you guys are at the hands of
No,
GI
I don't know how that ended up in
Women
there.
and minorities make up only 10% of pilots, yet they make up 50%.
Somebody's really high and like didn't have the bowl in there. Just went,
Yes, 50%. You know, it's not like this is
I've
something
seen that before,
important,
but-
like flying in a metal tube in the sky or something.
People do stupid
now,
shit
it
when they're
is
really
a small
like
sample
that.
size because crashes are thankfully not that common, but they have caused 4 out of the 8 crashes since 2000.
Wow.
It's almost like lowering standards has consequences, and they always cover it up. Remember that horrific crash in DC last year? Well, they copied the playbook for how to cover up when people die from DEI from 1994, when
Right.
Tara Holtzgreen, the Navy's first female F-14 pilot, also became the Navy's first female pilot to die in a crash. Officials
Wow.
said it was engine failure, and her training commander insisted that everyone has a standard that they all have to meet. But then a whistleblower leaked 5 months later that it was pilot error, and this pilot had multiple safety violations that would have wiped out any male pilot.
Yeah, I must die. Thankfully, Trump put an end to it.
A bunch of the American athletes representing us were asked how they feel about representing America, and they said, well, we have mixed feelings about representing the United States because of everything going on at home. And they said this as they were standing next to the delegation of North Korea.
I'm Lloyd Baker. For over 20 years, we've fought the big insurance companies. When they throw us something like this, we throw it back and demand something like this. Baker wins.
855 Baker Law.
The industrial grade products you need. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Save during our epic sales event and get your car serviced without breaking your budget. Tires Plus.
Just being an Expedia member, I can make these trips happen more often. Members can also earn 1K cash on select bookings, which can also be used on future Expedia trips. The best part? Signing up is free. If you're dreaming of traveling soon, book with Expedia for exclusive member prices.
Okay, I forgot about that.
Guys,
I
Blue
need
Chew
to
Gold
find
is
something to
the
put this
only one that's combining sildenafil, tadalafil, and apomorphine.
Sildenafil and tadalafil bring speed and power.
The apomorphine works directly in your brain to
That's
boost
straight up bash
arousal,
right
so
there,
it's not
man.
about being able, but actually wanting it.
And the oxytocin, it deepens connection and intimacy.
We're talking mind-body connection. With Blue Chew Gold, you get performance and passion.
It's the total package.
Of North Korea. Like the Russian athletes have like their KGB handlers standing right next to them. No one from North Korea is at the Olympics right now, but it's not because they're banned, just nobody qualified. I'm not totally surprised. People in North Korea are like 4.5 feet tall. Right. No, but you'd think they would actually qualify because their life is like one giant Winter Olympics competition. I think it's because they don't want to run into Sweden. You have no idea where this is going.
I have no idea.
North Korea actually owes Sweden hundreds of millions of dollars because in the 90s they bought 1,000 Volvos, and because of inflation and maybe like like late penalties, they owe like the equivalent of $300-400 million today. But corporations, like, they don't take losses. We know this. Like, this is literally socialism. They're like, this doesn't work. Nothing's free, right? So Kim Jong-un is like driving around in his little Volvo right now in North Korea and like Pyongyang. You know who also drives around in a Volvo right now?
Who?
Me. You think I'm not subsidizing that much?
Volvo are great cars. No wonder she's chill drives one.
I feel like no one's watching the Olympics. They're like made up sports right now. Do you guys know what the biathlon is? It's cross-country skiing and then you shoot a rifle. It's the only one I care about because there's a gun in it. We didn't even medal. Italy got first place. I think they were just so excited to finally hold a firearm. They haven't held one since like 1945. We don't let them have those anymore. It's really interesting to hear European judges talk about the athletes. With the biathlon, they're like really focused on like the skill of the shooter and how that affected the outcome. And I'm like, oh, so it's the person that makes the gun shoot. It's the person aiming the gun.
It is.
I wonder what point I'm trying to say. She's just being supportive. She's like, I hate guns. Yes? She's so supportive. I love that. Who says women don't help other women?
from New York? Oh, and you vote here? No, thank God. Okay. The U.S.
Oh,
didn't get a medal in that. That's crazy. It's the one sport with a gun, and we didn't get any medals. I bet we would have gotten gold if they held it in an elementary school.
You can tell some people are going to get offended by this, especially as the liberals in the audience.
There's a lot of controversy around Bad Bunny at the Super Bowl. I understand. People aren't happy because the guy hates America, and the Super Bowl is just a classically American event. But what I don't agree with is the people who are upset that his songs are in Spanish and not in English. I'm just relieved they're not in Arabic. Like at this point.
That would be worse.
Like, we're safe for now. The guys from Puerto Rico. Why do they speak Spanish in Puerto Rico? Because when Christopher Columbus came over here, that was one of the islands he landed on. These guys came from another hemisphere where no one else spoke Spanish, and they came all the way over here, and they looked at the indigenous people and they were like, we're going to impose our way, our language, onto an entire continent of people. That has to be the most American shit I have ever heard.
Honestly, she's got a point.
Okay, so everybody knows, even the left, especially the left, they know that conservatives are happier. And now there is a new study by the famous Nate Silver that shows that among all the factors in your life, your politics are not just highly predictive, they are the most predictive. Look at this scale. The further to the right on the scale means that you're happier. And it turns out when you're further to the right in your politics, you'll be further to the right in this chart, in every category.
Yeah. I'm not surprised, honestly.
Yeah, it's not surprising.
I mean,
it's not surprising because we let all that shit go, dude. It's
religion, sexuality, you name it. One of the most outrageous.
Yeah, maybe you get mad for like 5 minutes and you're like, yeah, okay, yeah, whatever.
$30,000 a year are as happy as liberals who make over $100,000. The poorest conservatives are happier than the wealthiest liberals. But I mean, this isn't surprising. And by the way, can I?
Yeah, that's what's crazy about it, right?
Engagement actually rank is some of the highest in happiness. Okay, so you're all welcome.
Most of us just don't really care, dude. It's like we, and that's what's
Welcome to another day in my life.
that really actually even scares the left more.
New York City, the place where ovaries go to die. It
Is
is funny
that
being back because while
A
Florida
majority
is a
of
giant blue state
conservatives
refugee
don't
camp,
actually
New
vote.
York is an actual refugee
We just
camp.
don't want to get
Now,
involved
since
in
my
any of
last
that
visit,
shit.
everyone around me is still pale, unhappy, masked, and trans. Okay, not everyone is trans.
Can you imagine if we actually, if every single conservative actually went out and voted? It's only like, I forget what it is, it's only like 46% of conservatives actually
held
vote.
up in traffic by a bunch of jihadi Janes and Hamas holes.
That's
So
why
check
there's
that
so
out.
many
And
people,
to
you
one of the
know,
liberal spirits,
that
I brought this
don't
service
actually
for the
vote in
left
our
to
country
see.
because
They
most
popped
of
the
us are
Constitution.
conservatives.
Next
We just
stop, I
want
went to the
to
police station
be
because
left
I figured
alone.
Since they aren't allowed to arrest criminals anymore,
We're into
I'd see
like
if they could
traditional
at least put
family
out video
values
calls
and,
around
you
all
know.
men in the city of athletic builds with no wedding bands, ages 30 to 39. But they said no.
Hey, if nobody's shooting at us, then
Went to
who the
get a
fucking
snack,
who the
and
fuck cares?
So I looked for another snack.
Honestly.
Oh no. And another, and oh, well, you get it. It does feel kind of silly to stand in line and pay because I've seen people take things and walk out and nothing happens to them. Still, I do find comfort in the city from our few conservative outposts where the liberals secretly come to eat God's chicken. Finally, whenever I'm back, people open up to me like I'm a priest in a confessional booth, which is all to say, New York, you are super weird, but there are more normies here than you'd think.
We definitely need more conservative in New York. That's what I think.
Hello, and what is your name? Jihadi Jihad. Beautiful name, yes. What is your occupation? I make bomb. I'm an engineer. Oh, you'll contribute to the economy. Wonderful. And are you married? Yes, I have 4 wives. You know, I'm so embarrassed, but our country only has room for 1 name on this form. But I'm going to give you a bunch of guest passes. And what is the name of your main wife? Jihada Jihad. Oh, is that a common last name where you're from? No, she's my sister. Oh, wonderful. You know, we're really trying to celebrate close family network systems here. We actually don't have enough mentally people here either, so you'd be doing us solid, really. And what does she do for work? She makes belts. They just explode on the runway. Ah, the people go crazy for them, huh? No, they literally explode on the runway in the luggage under the plane. I heard nothing. Well, Mr. Jihadi Jihad, I don't see why you wouldn't be the best citizen that we have ever had. So, welcome to the United Kingdom.
What is going on in the UK?
I think that also like every single left-wing man should have their hard drives checked.
Doug Emhoff, Tim Walz, these guys are such losers. And that's why the left likes them, because there are so many losers in this country. Like, we refer to them all the time, like these mentally ill, fat, nippled freaks. They look at Tim Walz and he makes them feel better about themselves. He validates their loser existence. Whereas JD Vance shows you, yeah, you could grow up dirt poor as a hillbilly, and you can go to a great law school, work in venture capital, have a movie made about your life, and then become the VP pick. I mean, that makes these losers feel badly about themselves. And on the right, that's something we aspire to.
I can't believe she said this. He's just roasting everybody on the left.
I refer to him as Chris, it's Chris. It's a man to me. You could do whatever you want. You could take whatever hormones you want, dress however you want. I think you're born a man or born a woman, and that's generally how I see things. So I don't use the word trans, actually. I think you can do whatever you want, take up whatever space you want, but you are still a man to me. You look wonderful. You look great.
You're born a man. You can never become a woman. It's that simple.
I had the pleasure of meeting Antonio Brown at this Pittsburgh voter registration thing on Sunday, and I was wearing my dark MAGA hat, and he took it. He took my hat.
What did you do with it?
He wore it.
Did you call the police?
No. Well, they wouldn't arrest him. But that was a bad joke, if anyone really got like the depth of that joke. But
it was a good joke.
No, he wore it, and then he was in the box with Trump at the Steelers game wearing my hat, wearing this dark MAGA hat that was given to me by a friend. And so it wasn't really my hat, but like, my hair had been in the hat. So like technically I was like almost in the box with Trump.
Wow.
Try not to be jealous.
I'm surprised that most of the players support Trump now.
There is an extremely high correlation between mental health issues and being a liberal. But who is surprised? There was a Pew poll where they asked people, has a doctor or healthcare provider ever told you that you have a mental health condition? Let's look at the answers for those who are 18 to 29. Among the conservative participants, 20% of the women said yes, and about call it 12-13% of the men. With moderates, it jumps up to about 30% of the women, 20% of the men. Then with liberal men, over 30% said yes. But just wait for the liberal women. Over 50% of liberal women said yes, a professional had diagnosed them with a mental health condition. But here's the plot twist. This study was conducted in March of 2020. This is before we really just unleashed all the crazy in this country. What would these answers be now? These stats today, I can't. They would be through the roof. Through the mother
100%.
effing roof.
Liberals got mental illnesses for days. No wonder they got the craziest ideas and vote for the craziest people.
Women are overwhelmingly driving unhappiness and depression in society. Woke women. There's a study going around right now showing how woke people are more likely to be unhappy, anxious, and depressed. Oh, you mean to tell me that the hormone-blocking pixie haircut freaks who told us all the world was going to end 5 years ago because of climate, but still decided to join a polycule with other androgynous soy beta Marxists aren't happy? I mean, who is surprised? But what no one is talking about in this study is the gender divide. 3 out of 5 women viewed woke ideas as positive in this study versus only 1 out of 7 men. That is 60% of women aligning with woke ideas in this study, as opposed to 14% of men. So when they say that people are depressed, it's women, woke women. But we already knew this. There have been so many reports on the happiness levels between conservatives and liberals throughout the years. And while conservatives are just overwhelmingly happier than their liberal counterparts, differences are biggest between the women. Institute for Family Studies published this report showing that only 15% of liberal women are completely satisfied with their lives, compared to 31% of conservative women. Results are even a bit wider when it comes to mental health. 15% of liberal women are completely satisfied with their mental health. Honestly, I'm shocked it's that high. Compared to 35% of conservative women. Liberal women registered the lowest levels of satisfaction with their lives and mental health.
Nobody is surprised with these statistics at all. Liberals
Not
have
even
no
a
fun,
little bit
and they keep
surprised.
denying it. It's
Not even a
crazy
little
to
bit.
me.
Sarah Brown, Pescatarian Arts with a concentration on hating white people. Mike Davis, Homelessness Ethics and Queer Communications with a minor in Taylor Swift. Emily Johnson, Transing the Kids Through the Arts. John Smith, graduating with honors in the performance of being a victim through the vegan lens. David Wilson, graduating with honors in Fentanyl Business 101.
Fentanyl Business
What are these liberals doing at school? No wonder they are unhappy with that kind of degree.
Yeah, I mean, do I think liberal white women are more damaging than like Islamic terrorists? Probably. Because we want the Islamic terrorists coming in to our countries and excusing them. So actually, it's like the same way.
Oh,
that
what's her name too? I like her live streams.
I think they're worse and more mentally ill than the trans people, because I think a lot of people who are trans, whatever, I think it's a mental illness. I think you have a chemical imbalance. I feel badly, but it's the people who don't have that imbalance, who don't have that mental illness, who indulge it. I think that's even worse.
So
They don't have the strength. They don't
See,
have
I
the
like
strength
my
to say,
classically
"Wait a
trained,
minute,
you know,
yeah,
trans
this
friends.
isn't
I have a
right."
lot of Ray
And I
friends
don't- we're not gonna force
back
them
in
to
Hawaii,
go
dude. They're
PhD
cool, dude. They're
in
not trying to
Ohio.
force their
Rob
shit on
Henderson
you.
has the idea of luxury
They're
goods.
happy with themselves.
People in
and
poor countries don't have these problems.
It's
right?
you know,
Because they don't have the luxury to have these
it
problems.
is what it
It's
is,
just
you
that we're
know?
at a state as a country where life is Candyland here. You know,
Yeah, pretty
people
much
don't
compared
know
to
what
anywhere
do
on the
with
planet.
That makes a
Anyway.
lot of sense. The modern liberals are ruling
Anyway.
this country.
So we use the phrase "Make America Great Again."
We are
a
not
lot.
authoritarian. We're not
I thought for
anything like that.
Thanksgiving
We just
that it
want
would
to
be
fucking
worth
cease authority.
remembering
Just
what
go
that
anywhere.
actually means.
Any other country on the
I
planet.
think America is great.
And you will see
because
authoritarianism.
It took
We
many
are
different
the-
types
the-
of
literally, like she
freaking
said,
these
this is Candyland.
improbable people to
Literally.
make this country what it is.
That's
America is great because Americans are crazy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're crazy.
We don't give a
American
fuck.
greatness also
The great
is
thing
not
about
inevitable.
America too, when you
Our
get us
nation
down,
is the embodiment of Drake's famous line.
down, you
starting
know,
from
the last
bottom,
chips
now
are
we're
fucking
here.
have fallen, dude. That's
Something
when we
that's
rise up.
almost
That's when true
fanciful about
Americans
the
rise
idea
up
that a
and we
nation
take
that
over.
began as an
All you have to
island
do is look
of
at like
misfit
World War II
toys
and shit
for
like
religious
that, dude.
dissenters could survive at all, let alone
We were in a
break
depression,
away from
dude,
its
when
mother
fucking
country. And then
when
to
fucking
become the greatest
when Japan
superpower
bombed Pearl
on
Harbor, dude.
Earth,
The
I mean,
amount
that idea is more fanciful.
how we were able
And
to
yet,
rise up out of fucking
incredibly,
being like
it
literally our
is
country
reality.
going bankrupt
So
and
It
it turned
is
into the
reality.
biggest
America is the best country.
biggest
and we have
might
to
on the
defend it.
planet,
Do
biggest
not
steel
let
producer,
this
biggest
woke
biggest
leftist
exporter of
destroy what
everything.
makes this country great.
It's
Thank
really
you,
it's
watching,
really
guys.
quite
I've been
amazing,
edited.
dude. You know,
Keep
people
running
just
for
look
the
at
next one.
World
Bye-bye.
War II from the surface of the war
Did you know
part
that
of it.
Google has a phone
What
plan?
happened
And it's
behind
not
the
just a
scenes
phone
of
plan.
World War II?
Google Fi Wireless is also a tablet, smartwatch.
How all the men were gone, and then
You
all the
connect
women
all those
were the
to
ones
your
in
plan
fucking
at
they
no
were
extra
fucking
cost.
in the
I know
fucking
you love those
factories
freebie
working
bonuses.
fucking
Plus,
steel
you'll get
mills and shit
industry-leading
like that.
Google security and
It's
perks
really,
like
it's really,
VPN
really
and
quite
advanced spam
interesting.
call blocking.
But it's a
All
different
that's
time,
included in
really,
your
you know,
plan.
and
So
the mindset
switch to
of
Google Fi Wireless today.
your
The only phone
typical
plan
American
built by
person was
Google.
very much different than it is today.
Golden Retriever is 6 years old, but the way she used to act, you would think that.
But you know,
especially
yeah,
a farmer
it is
dog.
what it is,
And
whatever. Best of Charlie Kirk debates 2025 recap.
You ever order Uber Eats?
Yeah, let's see what else is going on here. We got Ben Shapiro doing the Mexico thing. Comedians roasting Bad Bunny. That chick's pretty fucking hot. Tourist or target. American State hostage. Mexico. Tehran is hiring. We got another Angela Rose. Yeah, we might do Angela again. RL aftermath. United States' biggest blizzard. There wasn't even that much snow. Ben Bankes tells ice jokes in Portland. Stand-up comedy. I wonder how that went over. Now, like I said, at some point in time this week, Claudia Scheinbaum is going to come fucking begging for help. There it is.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I called that like the first hour after.
cartel bosses in all of Mexico,
Into
a guy
that thing,
named
dude.
El Mencho is what they call him.
You know, sometimes
who was
it
in
fucking
charge
really
of
scares
a
me how
very
right I am about
deadly
geopolitics and shit
narco-trafficking
like that.
cartel named
Like it really fucking is.
CJNG was
I mean,
taken
granted, I
out
know, you
by
know,
the Mexican
the
military,
amount of
was taken
information
out.
though that I
However,
watch and
what no
you know,
one
I
seems
have
to
to
be
actually
talking
pick through
about
with my
here is the
mind and
fact
go, okay,
that
well, you know,
this is all
these
part
people are biased
of
about
one
it.
of
These people are
President
biased,
Trump's
but there is a little bit of good
larger
information here and to
master
be able to
plans.
compile
This
it
plan,
together
in fact,
and come up with a
over
hypothesis
year
on it.
in the making, because
But yeah,
folks,
you know,
today I've got some background
I'm not sure if I
information
can even
pertaining to
really
this
explain it. And
entire
that's
story
kind of
that
why I
ultimately
do
led
these
up
live
to this
streams and shit like
situation
that.
that is frankly going to absolutely blow your
Just so you can
mind for those of
see
you who
how
have
I
not heard
pick
this
through
news. And also,
information and
as a
stuff
little
like
bit of a
that.
spoiler here, as far as
And
these
form
Mexican
my political
cartels
views
go,
on
President Trump is just getting
I
started.
watch just as much
This is not
leftoid
the
shit as
end
I
of
do
it.
rightoid
What
shit.
you're
so.
seeing here is only the beginning. Now let's talk about this individual. This is
I've always been an
the leader
independent,
of
but I live in
Mexico's CJNG
Nevada,
cartel.
so
His name
you
is El
cannot
Mencho. He
vote
was
as an
taken out
independent. You got to pick
yesterday
a side when you
by the
vote.
Mexican army. But we also got some additional information here shortly thereafter. U.S. government, the
You
U.S.
got to
government
identify as
confirmed
either
that
Republican or
it was the
Democrat.
U.S.
You can't
government
identify
that
as
actually
anything else about
provided
Nevada.
intelligence intelligence to the Mexican government. That intelligence was then used to eliminate El Mencho. So the only reason the Mexican government was able to pull this off is because of U.S. intelligence. And we know this is true because earlier today, press secretary of the White House, Trump's press secretary, Carolyn Leavitt, we all love her, posted this on the timeline. She said, the United States provided intelligence support to the Mexican government in order to assist with an operation in Talpapa, Jalisco, Mexico, in which Nemesio
I'm trying to keep it loud enough so
Elmencho,
that I'm not
Jose
recording
Guerrero
the sound
Cervantes
from your
Elmencho,
TV at the
an
same time.
infamous drug lord and leader within the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, was eliminated. Elmencho was a top target for the Mexican and United States government as one of the top traffickers of fentanyl into our homeland, the United States. He was the top fentanyl trafficker. His cartel.
Well,
This
yeah,
is a
after
big
El
deal. What is going
Mayo,
on here?
was
Last
captured,
year,
something like that, or whatever.
President Trump rightfully designated the Jalisco New Generation Cartel as a foreign terrorist organization, an FTO.
Literally took over
Because
as the
that's
dominant
exactly what it is. In this operation, 3 additional cartel members were taken
Sinaloa
out,
was the
3 were
most dominant at
wounded,
the
and
time.
2 were arrested. Good. President Trump has
And I know
been
they have some sort of
very
alliance
clear.
or truce or something
The
like
United States will ensure, excuse me, the United States will ensure narco-terrorists sending deadly drugs into our homeland are forced to face the wrath of justice that they have long deserved. The wrath of justice. And that is exactly what Elmencho received yesterday. The Trump administration also commends and thanks the Mexican military for their cooperation and a successful execution of this operation. Now, ladies and gentlemen,
I'm sure somebody was going
this
to collect
hit,
that the 50
this
million bounty.
dispensing of
Again,
justice
dying.
on Elmencho, Mexico broke into flames. Before I show you what that looks like, I want to show you this. Look at the yellow territory. We're looking at yellow. This is a map of Mexico. Yellow territory right here, kind of in the middle, along the coastline down here to the south. This is the territory that was sort of lorded over by the CJNG cartel. Everything in the yellow. So that's a lot of land. In fact, the amount of land in Mexico that Elmencho and his cartel,
Gulf, yeah,
CJNG,
that makes
sort
sense.
of governed over in a weird way. It's actually
What's
about
the
the
brown-
size
brown,
of the
no
U.S.
documented
state
cartel
of Utah
presence,
for sort of a size approximation. It's a
There's
lot.
not a
of
whole
land.
lot of brown in that,
It's a
in
big
that map,
chunk
huh?
of land. Now you
That
can't
has
help but
no
notice this is a map of
documented,
Mexico. What do you
cartel
notice? here?
presence. Interesting.
Literally, the entire country is controlled by cartels. Every single inch of this country has
pretty much.
cartel
I mean, we've known
leadership,
that, you
whether
know,
it be the
as long as I've been alive,
CJNG
at least.
in the yellow,
In my
or the
52
Sonora
years,
cartel, or the Chihuahua, or the Coahuila, or the Durango, whatever, Guerrero. This entire country is owned and operated by the cartel. We
Yeah, it
have
has
a
been.
massive
As long as
cartel
I've been alive.
operated nation just on our southern border. This is terrible. And so, like I said, after this dispensing of justice,
It's
yesterday was
funny
given out,
watching the
dished
younger
out,
generation actually when they
Elmencho was
realize
taken
how controlled
the
Mexico
country
is by the
broke
cartel.
broke
the
out into
realization of
chaos.
that is
The
very
Cartel de
interesting.
Jalisco Nueva Generation, CJNG, fielded weapons and gear rivaling some armies, armored vehicles, tactical
Oh yeah,
equipment, modern
Geared up better than the
rifles.
National Guard.
And this is what
Definitely.
that looks like. These cartels, they are kitted out. They've got the gear, they have armored
looking at it.
vehicles. They've got Jeeps and Humvees and body armor and, fully automatic rifles. They've got drones. In fact, I was reading that this cartel, CJNG, actually did recently some training in Ukraine.
Yeah.
They met up with I don't know who in Ukraine to learn how to efficiently use drones.
Most of the cartels are
in a
they're
combat
trained by
environment
our
that then they can
special
use
forces dudes.
back home in
Other special
Mexico.
forces.
So these people, they have money,
guys from
they
around
have
the world.
equipment, they are prepared. And now, following what happened yesterday, we saw this cartel, the
They think the
CJNG,
special forces
they
people do when they
raided and
retire.
took
They don't
control
go and fucking
of
start a mom
a
and pop
hospital
diner.
in Guadalajara. They took
All they've
over the
known is
Guadalajara
fucking
airport. They were indiscriminately killing random
So they're
people.
gonna
They
go
blew up
fucking,
over
do consulting and shit
130
like that.
random vehicles on the roads to try to stop traffic. They killed over
It's that
25
simple, dude. When you're a
Mexican
professional soldier
National
your entire life,
Guardsmen
dude,
yesterday.
you're not gonna be
In
happy
response,
retiring. And
They also
starting a mom and
raided
pop
a
diner.
Mexican National Guards base where they killed all of the
It's just a
guardsmen
simple
therein,
fact
around
of life.
25 in total. So there was a backlash of
You're gonna
violence
stay
that took
within it,
place
especially if you
in
have
Mexico
security
yesterday.
clearances and all that shit. You're
And
gonna
it seems
stay
like that
within
is
that
continuing
circle.
on into today as well. Absolute chaos. Now, there's something I'd like to remind you all. This was 7 weeks ago, shortly following the apprehension of Maduro. President Trump, our great president, called into Fox News and he said something very curious about Mexico. Claudia Sheinbaum in Mexico, the president, El Presidente Sheinbaum. Take a listen to what Trump had to say 7 weeks ago.
Well, it wasn't meant to be, and we're very friendly with her. She's a good woman, but the cartels are running Mexico. She's not running Mexico. The cartels are running Mexico. And we could be politically correct and be nice and say, oh, yes, she is. No, she's very, she's very frightened of the cartels. They're running Mexico. And I've asked her numerous times, would you like us to take out the cartels? No, Mr. President. No, please. So we have to do something because we lost.
And that's that misconception that fucking, especially the liberals have about people that serve in the military. You don't join the military to be a peacekeeper. You join the military because you want to fucking kill bad guys and blow shit up and get paid for it.
Plenty coming through Canada too, by the way, in case you
Literally.
don't know.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is just 7 weeks ago. President Trump saying in the first half of this clip here, he said that, listen, the cartels are in control of Mexico. El Presidente, Claudia Sheinbaum, she's not calling the shots. She might have the title of Presidente, whatever that means, but listen, she is not running the country.
In my lifetime, there's never been a president in Mexico that actually
terror state is what this is. The
was doing it for the right reason.
Saw that yesterday afternoon.
They're either a fucking cartel plant or they're fucking,
indiscriminately.
They use the cartel to put themselves into power.
Turns out President Trump was totally right.
We all know that.
Not
Every Mexican
any
knows
of
that.
us here. There's something I want to tell you, though. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where the broadcast gets a little bit curious. Because like I said earlier on, all of this actually is a part of President Trump's larger plan.
Oh, yeah.
I want to break down exactly what I mean by that. First off,
Sheinbaum's playing both sides. That's 100% true.
10 days ago.
Because she can't afford to not to.
The Mexican Senate voted to allow U.S. Special Forces into the country for training purposes.
We've been boots on the ground
course,
since Trump took
after
fucking
passing
office
through
here.
the Mexican
Delta
Senate,
was on the ground in
El
Mexico
Presidente
City.
Claudia Sheinbaum
The
signed
day
off
he took
on
fucking
this
office.
decision as well. She was on board with it. For the first
Yeah,
time,
who do you
U.S.
think's been
Special
training in
Forces
the
were
military? I mean, come on.
authorized 10 days ago to conduct training exercises in Mexico.
Because it was
Now,
already out of
10
control.
days later, yesterday, El Mencho, the untouchable cartel boss, was taken out by the Mexican military in conjunction with who? U.S. intelligence. The U.S. gave intelligence to the Mexican military. They took this guy out. And for the longest time, keep in mind, everybody said El Mencho, maybe the number one cartel boss in the country. In Mexico, they said he was untouchable. Nobody can touch this guy. Well, we touched him yesterday. Now he's sent him down to hell. And so now, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to put all this into perspective, folks. In just the last 2 weeks, in just the last 2 months, we have seen the Venezuelan dictator and narco kingpin Nicolas Maduro get apprehended by U.S. Special Forces and then brought back to the United States to face criminal justice. Shortly thereafter, about a week later, we saw Colombian president and cocaine kingpin Gustavo Petro essentially publicly beg President Trump. He begged President Trump not to give him that very Maduro treatment. Because Trump was talking about coming for Petro next. Petro said, no.
Yeah, we'll work with you.
Yesterday, we've seen Mexico's largest fentanyl trafficking cartel boss, El Mencho.
And here's another thing I can throw out there. Okay, so
gets sent down to hell.
I forget Nicaragua's president. No, not Nicaragua. Where was it?
There's something going on.
Whatever the
behind the
former
scenes in case you
president or
haven't pieced it together
whatever
already on your
cartel
own.
leader dude that
For
we
over a year
pardoned,
now,
that Trump pardoned.
The Trump administration has been placing
You don't pardon shit. First
constant
off, we didn't pardon him
pressure
because
on the
we're
Mexican
fucking
government.
buddy
Some of
with
this
it.
we've
We
actually
pardoned
seen
him
publicly to get a grip
to get the
on
intel
the cartel
on the
situation.
cartels and get the
Because
intel
of this
on
pressure,
Maduro
the
and
Mexican
Cielo
government
Flores.
is effectively now working
Come on,
with the
left.
United
I
States.
mean, use your
A new
brains
deal
just a little
has
bit,
been
dude. Why do you
struck
think we fucking
behind the
pardoned him?
scenes. The U.S.
We didn't pardon him
is
because
going to
Trump and
provide
him were fucking best
intelligence
friends
and
or some
even
shit like they
sometimes
try and push.
kinetic
Pardon him
support,
because we needed the
the
intel, and
bombs
that's
or
the only way
missiles
he
or
would
whatever,
talk.
to help
Come on,
crush the cartels. Whilst
Stop being a
also,
fucking idiot.
Here's the exchange.
Is what I'm saying to the
Mexican
leftoids right now.
government officials, the Mexican
Come on,
public
man.
leadership, protection from retaliatory
The
attacks
fact that you would be
from
that
the cartels.
retarded to
So to
fucking
be
think
very
that we
clear,
would pardon people
this is the deal.
because we like the
Mexico,
person.
Very
No.
quietly, the Mexican government has
We
said,
pardon
okay,
people because we
we're
need
going to
intel.
accept your help, but if we do that, if we actually sign on board to help shut
And when you
down
get
these
somebody
cartels,
that's
to
that
allow the
powerful,
cartels to be
say,
shut
you know,
down,
a former
we're gonna
president
sign
of a
off on
country,
that. But when that happens,
or the
you
former
need to
head
help
of a
protect us
fucking
from retaliatory
cartel.
attacks from those cartels. That deal has been struck, and that
Yeah,
is
we're
what
not
is
doing it for
happening
free
right now
or
in
because we
Mexico.
like the person or whatever.
Publicly,
We're doing it because we
the
need the
Mexican
information.
leadership, they're going to maintain their hyper-independent,
And everybody on the fucking planet, even the socialists and communists, are capitalists.
American help. That's how
You
they're
forget
going
that.
to
Every
behave
single person on this planet wants to make a fucking
in fact,
dollar.
you
dude.
actually see that
Even these
last
fucking
night
libtarded
today.
motherfuckers that are out there running around screaming their
Ironically
heads off.
enough. However,
Half of them are being paid.
privately, what they're going to do is work deeply, in fact, with the United States and the Trump administration to begin systematically destroying the cartels. And we saw perhaps
Or the
step
streamers
one
or
of
whatever.
that
Like look at like dudes like
place
Mikado. It's
yesterday.
funny how I haven't seen
Okay?
any of his
That is
videos
what's
here.
going
Like,
on right now. Now, if this plan
he like
has
really
been-
like
let's try to make
you know
sense of
I
this.
was
If
okay
this
with him
plan has been secretly
until he
developed
did that
and
safety meeting
implemented
video
behind the
where he
scenes
sat
for the
there
last
and
year
fucking
or so,
bitched and
these
whined
negotiations
about
have been
fucking
taking place,
we're still
and now
reeling
they're
from
going into
fucking
effect. That's what we saw
the
yesterday.
BLM riots and all this
Here's a
shit. And
good
it's like
question.
really.
What sort of behavior would we expect?
Or you could move
to
on
have
and grow
seen
the fuck
from
up,
President
dude, and
Trump,
stop
Trump
being an adult
administration
fucking
up
child.
here in our own country
Come on,
over
man.
the last year? If all
Grow
of
the
this really
fuck
has
up.
been going on, well, okay, keep in mind.
I understand, yeah, be
Joe Biden
involved
and the
in
Democrats
shit
have
that you,
allowed
that you love and all, but
25
still,
million
you
totally unvetted illegal aliens
have to
into our country
fucking,
between
at some point in
2021
time, go
and 2025.
think to yourself, oh my
Thousands
god,
or perhaps tens of thousands of which are
I'm acting like a
literal
fucking child
cartel
right now.
members.
Screaming,
So,
yelling, throwing dildos at
If
motherfuckers and shit.
Trump has been working out a deal with the Mexican government to destroy the cartels.
At
here's
some
what
point in
we would
time, you
expect
guys
to see.
in fucking
We would
Minneapolis
expect
have
to
to
see
realize
the
the rest of us
Trump
country are sitting there.
administration
We're not sitting there
crack down on
supporting
cartel
you.
members
We're sitting there
up
laughing
here
at you.
in the USA over the last year, so that they
It's
wouldn't be
entertaining
able
to watch you guys just totally
stage any
lose your
sort of
minds over fucking dumb
retaliatory
shit.
attack on U.S. soil. That's what makes sense to me, at least.
Because it's
Okay,
entertaining.
well, has that happened?
It's
over
better
the last
than
year?
fucking the bullshit that comes out of
course.
Hollywood. I'll put it
Obviously,
that way.
yes, absolutely, yes. Over the last 12 months,
All the
what
woke
we've
virtue
seen
signaling,
is
woke ass,
tens
fucking
of
DEI,
thousands,
fucking Disney
tens
shit,
of
dude. Yeah,
thousands
nobody
of
wants to watch
violent,
any of that crap.
criminally delinquent cartel
Not even the trans
member
people that
illegal
they're
aliens
trying to
get
represent
arrested,
in
detained,
Disney
and
trans
deported.
thing.
That is what Trump has been doing. That's been his focus for the last 12 or 13 months.
Because it makes
So when
sense
you
to no one
consider
is the
the
whole thing. They're just like picking and
totality
choosing
of
shit, and maybe they
circumstances
have some
here,
DEI hire or something like that
we can all
says this is
absolutely
what the people
bet, I
want to
think
watch
it's a
when
safe
it's
bet,
not.
that what's happening
That
right
whole
now
movement is less than
with the
20%.
cartels
Your
is
whole
all
movement is
part
less
of
than
a
20% of
highly
the country.
premeditated plan
That's not going to
coming from the
get
Trump
you the
administration. And I'll tell you what,
views
as far as
and
I'm
the
concerned,
box
this
office
type of
fucking
plan,
sales and
taking out the
fucking
cartels down in Mexico,
Blu-ray sales
ripping
and
out the cartel
the
illegal
streaming
aliens that
sales
we
that
have in our own country,
these
no thanks
companies
to the
want, and they're only
Democrats.
now finally
All of
figuring
this,
that
step
out.
by step, is all part of a highly premeditated, step by
As
step
much as they try and
domino
push all this
effect
bullshit, you
plan,
know, fucking body
longitudinal
positivity, trans fucking
that has
representation.
been sort of composed. Trump is the composer of all of this. Piecing
I have
it
no
together
problem.
and
You know,
implementing
I don't
it
care.
now himself.
Identify
He
as
stepped
whatever you
back
want. But
yesterday.
as soon as
And
you
know
get
what,
in my
I'll tell you
face
what,
and start
that is
shoving that shit down
exactly
my
the type
throat,
of thing that we
I'm
need
gonna
to see
fucking break
if
your
we
nose.
truly want to put America first.
You threaten my family, I'm sorry. I'm either gonna beat you into a hospital bed or fucking put you 6 feet under. And that's not a threat. That's a fucking promise.
Find your perfect tax expert, whatever your tax situation might be.
So yeah, I'm okay with them fucking with the
Hand off
ICE
your
and
taxes
federal
to an
agents
expert who
and
gets
regular
it.
law enforcement,
With
whoever
TurboTax
wearing fucking face
Expert Full
masks.
Service.
I already know, dude. We all already know where that's gonna lead. Not
An
unmasking.
unbalanced gut microbiome can lead to digestive.
You end up like dumbasses like this dude that showed up Mar-a-Lago, not even fucking thinking Trump's not there. He was on live TV last night in Washington giving a fucking governor's dinner to all the governors. governors of the fucking country.
Probiotic supplement designed to support a balanced microbiome. Formulated with
Yeah, he shows up at Mar-a-Lago.
and 10 beneficial strains.
Granted, he was probably on the road the entire time because he drove from North Carolina.
Probiotics is designed
That probably
to
took him a
enhance
day or
digestion,
so.
optimize nutrient absorption, and strengthen.
Obviously, he wasn't paying attention to his fucking phone or TV or anything.
Advanced probiotic formula.
To figure out that Trump was not in fucking Florida, he was in Washington still because he just gave the
Well, hello,
governor's
ladies
dinner.
and gentlemen. It appears that the Donald Trump administration is going forward with the "if your drugs kill Americans, we kill you" policy, because
I love it.
another drug lord has been taken out, this time with Mexican
okay.
special
How old is
operations
this?
using U.S. intel.
Let's see if he
So what
actually kind of gets it
exactly
right or not.
happened? That's what we're going to go over.
It's
We're gonna
Nick.
talk
So
about
he
who
gets
was taken out,
he
what
doesn't.
organization did he run? What is
He
this
doesn't
gonna
always
mean
get it
for what's
right,
going on
no.
with the security situation in Mexico, and
Let's see if he's a little bit accurate on our role in this whole thing. We just did intel, so.
in the future. And of course, we'll
Because
get
obviously
some
Mexico
questions as
doesn't
well.
have a
So
bunch of
first things
satellites.
first, let's jump in with kind of like a once over in the world.
Intel
what
satellites.
just happened.
I don't think they have any satellites.
Mexican
Maybe
security forces killed Nemesio. Okay, first of all, we all know how this is going to go. I'm going to mispronounce some of this stuff. I apologize. Nemesio Ruben Azaguera Cervantes El Mencho, the leader of the Jalisco New Generational Cartel, CJNG, with the help of U.S. intelligence.
Yeah, he's
the
gonna
operation
slaughter.
represents one of the most significant disruptions to drug trafficking since the trade gained a foothold in Mexico
Like most white
in the
people.
1980s. The U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration has designated CJNG as one of Mexico's most powerful trafficking organizations,
blah.
responsible for distributing vast amounts of cocaine, methamphetamine, and increasingly fentanyl into the United States. In a retaliatory show of force, gang members instigated a
I'm really
coordinated
surprised it took
wave
him this
of
long to
violence
make this
in at least
video.
20 of Mexico's 32 states,
it.
setting fire to vehicles, blocking roads and highways, and forcing civilian lockdowns across.
Because our,
major
you know,
cities,
our local
underscoring the
mainstream
reach and
fucking
power
news
of
outlets,
cartel
you know,
groups
didn't
continue to
even
wield
touch
throughout
on
the
it.
country.
There might have been one or
Analysts warn that
two
a
last night.
CJNG leadership succession crisis
Well,
could
I mean, most of
trigger
us
internal
watched it
power
unfold
struggles
live
and
on
further
fucking YouTube,
destabilize
but, you know, whatever.
Mexico's security landscape.
Or X
yeah,
or
and
whatever.
for good reason.
Wherever
I
you
think
happen to
that,
have it.
because it's highly likely to happen. The bottom line is that probably the most powerful.
Even
cartel
Facebook's
that
like
we
way
look
behind
at
you.
in
And
Mexico
that's
is
why
Sinaloa.
I
But
share
Sinaloa
like
has
50
been
fucking
having all
videos every
kinds of
day.
internal power issues between kind of two major factions within Sinaloa ever since Guzman was taken out, El Chapo. Now that El Mencho has been taken out, has been killed, there's also going to be a succession crisis within that as well. And so there's a lot of theories going around on what's going to happen. But the thing that really just surprised people is kind of the
And
reports
you know,
of what
so
were going on,
and
what
you
was
know,
going on in Mexico.
so they also
immediately
got to
following
also
this
make a
retaliation.
send a message
And
to that
this-
they're
you
still
gotta
in
see this
control of
report
most
right
of the
here,
country.
because this gives you
Because
kind of-
Sinaloa is going to
this
try and
gives
make
you
a
some
power play
idea
for it
of
too.
the scale of what is going on and the amount of control that these organizations actually have. Because in the United States, I don't think we properly appreciate just how powerful the cartels are
Yeah,
in Mexico.
no. Yeah, most people
There's
don't,
certainly certain places, if you live in the United
Most people
States,
don't.
certain
And they're
cities
just not
where
informed, yeah, or
you definitely
refuse to be
understand which
informed or
gang
just
controls
ignore it.
which area. But I don't think we can properly understand the level of control that they have with respect to controlling territory. So I'm going to show you a couple of these right now. This is a report just from CBS talking about what was going on at airports and checkpoints and things like that within Mexico following the killing of El Mencho.
Another news this morning, thousands of Americans in Mexico are being told to shelter in place after the leader of that country's most powerful drug cartel was killed over the weekend. His death led to an eruption of violence across several Mexican states, forcing airlines to cancel flights out of the region. Karen Wise in Mexico City, she has the story.
Chaos hit the streets of Puerto Vallarta, the Mexican state of Jalisco, and beyond Sunday, as Mexico's most notorious drug cartel fiercely retaliated after soldiers killed their leader, Nemesio Ruben Ascuera Cervantes, widely known as El Mencho. Ascuera Cervantes was wounded during an operation to capture him in Jalisco and died while being flown.
People
to
don't
Mexico
realize
City.
how
The
big this
cartel he led
really
has
is.
the
You know,
highest
most people in
cocaine,
America, they're
heroin,
like thinking,
and
oh, well,
methamphetamine
you know, that's in
trafficking
Mexico.
capacity
This
in
doesn't
Mexico,
affect me. No, it
according to the
100%
US
affects
State
you.
Department, which had previously offered up to $15 million for his
100 does.
capture.
Anything that
The
happens in
island
this
also hit
region
Jalisco's capital,
of the world
Guadalajara,
affects
just a few months
us
before Mexico's
directly, pretty much.
second-largest city is scheduled to host FIFA
Whether it
World
be
Cup
trade,
matches.
you know, whatever.
I'm going to stop right there. So basically, there was something like 250 checkpoints that were set up as a result. And when I say 250 checkpoints, I don't mean set up by law enforcement.
No, set up by the cartels.
By these guys. And again, this is going to blow your mind.
Yeah, it's really quite
this
amazing
gives
how
you
quick
an
they were
idea
able to mobilize and all that.
of who these guys actually are and the sort of power that they actually wield, and really the organization as well, because I think that's the part that will surprise most people. So this is from Global Gift Exchange, and he goes, insane, this is the special forces of Jalisco new generation cartel who are currently destroying Mexico after the leader Mencho was killed. This is not the Mexican military police. It is the CJNG cartel that is equipped with everything necessary, even armored vehicles. So check this out. I mean, this is nuts.
Yeah, this is actually a promo video that was shot for them. I think about 6 or 8 months ago.
I mean, look at that.
Yeah, I mean, look at that shit, dude. They're fucking armed to the fucking teeth, bro.
Casual drive-by. Right?
They got RPGs. They got all this anti-aircraft guns. Fucking you name it, dude. They got it. I know they have some stingers, but not many. Because there has been instances that they have shot down U.S.
Are you
drones.
assuming that's the cartel,
over the
or
years.
are you assuming that that's actual military or law enforcement? So there's no question that they are very highly organized. Very highly
No, maybe
organized,
some
very well
they may even have
equipped.
Tosis.
Obviously,
Some
there's a lot of
shit.
money
They
behind
probably
the
do have
guns. This guy
Tosis. I
apparently invested
remember
a great
seeing
deal of
something
it
not that long
with
ago
respect to security.
where they had like a truck
you saw this a
fucking
while back with
hooked
another
up. They had
cartel
like an
called the
anti-aircraft
Zetas.
gun and a couple of tow missiles fucking
A lot of the Zetas have
systems
been
fucking
former
hooked up to the
Mexican
thing.
special forces.
Which is really
They
quite
had-
interesting.
At various points, we're doing, I think, security and whatnot for Juarez. Another
We
cartel
sell
has
we
been
sell a
fucking
lot of
doing
our
it.
weapon
You can
systems
probably
to
learn a lot of this
allied
yourself.
countries and shit
So
like
you
that,
do have
and
some
then in
highly
turn,
trained former law enforcement,
whether it
military
be
that are
within
operating with these
transit or
cartels. But again,
once it gets
that's
there, you know,
that's a level of criminal organization we're not used to seeing.
not
in the
everybody's
United
military is
States.
as tight knit
as organized as the Bloods of the Crips might
and
be,
even
they're
that, you
not
know, there's
rolling
still
around in
shit that's
armored
sold out of
vehicles
our military as
downtown
well.
with the local law enforcement not being able to do much to stop
Especially
it.
over the last
And
4
so
years.
you can see again the
That's it.
seriousness
The
of
security went
their
fucking way
ability
downhill
to
during the Biden
destabilize
administration.
wide ranges of Mexico.
Even Obama, Clinton, probably all them
I want to go
fucking the
ahead
Bushes,
and show
obviously.
you this.
They all
other thing
they
too
all
right here,
knew
just with
already, you
respect
know.
to
That's why
who this-
that's why the
who this
security
gig is,
clearances and all that
specifically
shit so
CJNG.
needs to be super
Because
fucking
if you
tight.
look at their history, they actually arise out of another gang, essentially kind of imploding and.
I mean, there's been there's been guns and all that shit over the years, dude. That have been like
cartel. That was
they were
running,
busted. Like if
area,
you lived in
had
California
breakup,
back in the
you had a,
'90s and all
division
that
within
shit.
that particular cartel, and that's how El
You remember
Mencho
you'd
ended
see
up
like story
actually
after
controlling
story
this
of like
territory.
shit
So
coming out of Fort
CJNG is
Bragg and
considered
shit
by the
like
Mexican
that.
government to be one of the most dangerous criminal organizations in Mexico and the
But they
most
said they're
powerful drug
selling
cartel in
fucking
Mexico.
guns
Like I said, some
and
people question that with Sinaloa.
all that shit.
It is
So,
also
you know,
considered
it
the
is
cartel
what
with the
it is.
most paramilitary firepower, as we saw in the last video. CJNG.
A lot of that shit was actually active service members. And the thing, you have that military ID, you can go on base even though you're retired or whatever.
Against the Zetas and
you can go and
Templarinos,
shop there and stuff like that. You can go to the commissary and stuff.
Resistencia for control of
Is it, you know, and a lot of that shit, that's how it made it
territories.
off base and stuff like, because they, you know, they don't.
The other
they
thing that's
figure
interesting is this guy right here, right? The El Mencho.
your
If you look at his
pallet of fucking top ramen is not going to contain like a bunch of M16s or
If you look at
ARs
his
or whatever.
history, turns out
It's
he did a
fucking
little
his
time
dumb
in the
shit.
United
I'm
States.
sorry. It's
That's
just
right. In
dumb shit.
1986, he lived in San Francisco Bay Area. He was arrested by the San Francisco police at the age of 19. for stolen
Well,
property
okay,
and
I don't
a
need to
gun.
know the
2 months
backstory
after his
right
arrest,
now.
his first.
What are we looking at time? Oh shit, we're at 3 hours already? I'm probably going to end this video here. And then I'll start a music one after this. Okay. Maybe I'll end with a song, huh? This was actually really good. Whoever made that was really good. I guess we can warm up on this, maybe. Some Johnny Cosmic. See how in tune we are here. It's not bad. Sure, why not? Really? Work remote? Thank you. batteries are dying in the other one.
With hotels and vacation rentals, Booking.com has something for everyone.
Seashells!
Seashells!
Oui, right this way.
What about something more family friendly?
Maybe a resort with a water park? One Vegas hotel for find exactly what you're looking for. Booking.com.
Meet Wegovy Pill, the first FDA-approved GLP-1 Now you can live lighter by losing weight. People taking Wegovy
like
Pill lost over 30 pounds, and some lost over 47 pounds.
Wegovy.
The power of Wegovy
Gotta get that Wegovy.
now in the palm of your hand. Weight loss with Wegovy isn't a shortcut. It's a way forward.
Don't take if you or your family had into or Stop treatment and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling.
Wegovy. Gotta get that Wegovy.
Or any of these
Gotta get that
allergic
Wegovy.
reactions. Serious side effects may include pancreas inflammation, gallbladder, or severe stomach problems. Call your prescriber if you have
Not bad for no pet.
Vomiting and diarrhea can lead to dehydration, which may cause kidney problems.
Okay, so
Live lighter by losing weight and keeping it off.
I'd rather just eat it solid than have all those side
Ask your
effects.
prescriber about Wegovy.
Just saying, bro. Just saying. Just saying. I'd rather eat a salad than have all those side effects: diarrhea, fucking vomiting, nasal infection. I have. I did. I was.
You've seen it all. You've seen it all.
Dada and his booty.